Hello, everybody. Thank you for raiding us, husband and wife stream. Welcome to God Mode, our Friday night D&D stream. I'm Jaso, the DM, and who is joining me this fine Friday evening?
Or the androgynous Eidolon, College of Glamour Bard.
Hey, everybody. I'm Luke. I'm playing Aesop, Kinku Alchemist.
What's up, all you cats and kittens? My name's Kevin. I play Sun Kong, your eighthling Bionoid monk, following the way of the abundant spirit.
Hi, my name's Slim, or husband, whoever the hell you want to call me. I play Rinkaz, a lizard folk fighter, martial archetype of the gunslinger. And I'm not playing Final Fantasy VII because I'm living.
It was a little too real at times. I'm Kyle. I'm playing Chemo. He's a recently resurrected Goliath. Shut him up. Punch stuff.
Hi everybody, I'm Nick. I play Nvidi, the half-elf celestial warlock, Pact of the Tome Focus, and I have the most phenomenal familiar of all time, a pseudo-dragon named Jiro.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. This is Wyrd and Wyld, our 5th edition homebrew Spelljammer / Planescape campaign. This is session 87. We're that far in. Holy crap. Vault of Desires. Thank you, as usual, to 8-Bit Ribbit for our character art that you see plastered around everywhere. And we may still use some Avery Alexander music. Thank you for that. It's really, really cool for him to provide that for us.
Twitch
I
looks
appreciate
like it's
that.
having technical difficulties.
Oh, I see it okay.
Is
Oh,
everyone...
sorry.
Yeah,
That's
Twitch
okay.
is up to me.
Okay, then it's just me. Sorry, everyone.
It's okay.
You're
Hey, if we're not live, we want to make sure we are. I appreciate everyone who is stopping in to join us tonight. It's really nice of you. Aham, Luck, Can Sparkle, Enticing Thorn, Heroes, Milty, Miss Lockhart, Vinji. Thank you guys all for popping in and stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to follow us, maybe even subscribe, but at least follow. That's just a hit of a button. And it's pretty easy, just like a Hamluck did. Thank you very much for that. You will start accruing more and more loyalty points that you can use to buy fun stuff like inspiration for party members and all kinds of cool stuff. Thank you, Vinji, for following. Weird bits. You can get yourself an avatar that you see down at the bottom of the screen, like one of those cool crystal dragons that you see waltzing around. So just take a look at that stuff. You'll find it at the bottom left of the chat, and you'll see all the cool things that you can buy. And just keep an eye on your accrued points. And like I said, if you're a follower, you accrue them that much faster. So just keep an eye out for that. If you do ! Extension, if you're using like watching it on a TV and using your phone to chat, you can pop up a nice little user interface that lets you control your avatar and fun stuff like that. So take a look at that. Rinkaz, you at least currently don't have a leg injury because you're in a new soft shell body.
Soft
Or a
shell's
leg.
how I can put it.
So,
You don't want to sell damaged goods.
well, this is hell, so maybe they do. Let's see. That is all of my housekeeping. Here is some inspiration for those of you who still need it.
Gimme, so I can lie more.
And of course, if you guys get a card that you think someone else could use better, just let me know.
I don't see the deck.
Yeah,
Let me,
that's not. I can't see the deck either.
Let me refresh here.
I can like mouse over the area where it normally would be, and there's like a line that comes up.
Yeah,
That's weird.
I think Roll20 just like took a shit on itself. Hang on.
I noticed yesterday that the jukebox was all fucked up and weird too. So
That jukebox, man, is a touchy thing.
Don't worry. The stimulus checks are coming, and I know where mine's going to. That's right, Roll20. You know what's up.
yeah, straight to Roll20 for more of your fucking crits.
Okay. Round 2. Inspiration cards.
There we go.
Hey!
1. Draw.
Rinkaz participating in the Cash for Crits program.
Oh yeah, So,
He
so
helped
run
fund that initiative.
It's an essential service.
Jeez.
Is everybody happy with their cards? Anybody want to trade?
I want one with 2, Jason. I'm not happy with my card.
Nope, nope, too bad.
We can do mulligans, right?
Nope, no mulligan, sorry.
Alright.
Hey, why don't you guys roll some die to see who wants to give the recap from last week?
Who's
I
immune?
think I have immunity. I can't
Yeah, I
remember.
think Rink has.
Oh man, roll 20 is
Ooh,
Yeah.
rolling that dice.
going very fast.
Son of a bitch.
Thank God.
It's still going. Okay, well,
No.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Double 6 is still not the worst.
Oh, god damn. That was everybody? Looks like it's me? Yeah, it's me. Okay.
Sun Kong, what happened last time on Wyrd and Wyld?
So, Lushee ended up meeting us at the bank. He got there before Fa. Fa had just left the geodesic ship after speaking with the arcane man for a little bit. Lushee showed up on his spelljammer with 2 super beefy looking gold eye and a golden golem or stone golem, some kind of golem. It was big. So that didn't look good, but he ended up actually killing them all and saving us. So we sent Fa back to the geodesic ship. You know, she had a fun round trip by herself, and went with Lushee back to his office with Flavio as well. Zedbane arrived. We went over everything we were doing, why we were there. Lushee told us that he did want to help us, but had to make it look like we had died. And so came our plan of getting into the abyss by actually going through with the gold standard and dying, sending our souls to the abyss, where we would hopefully meet up. What Flavio told us his sister was in the Vault of Desire, so we could possibly meet up with her, Chastity. And we were gonna pretty much try to find Zix, the arcane man we're looking for. Also, Flavio would like us to kill the Master of Ceremonies, which, if we could, and then he was gonna help us all return to our souls, to our bodies, but we only had so much time. I don't remember all the details, but yes, that's pretty much where it is. We got to the abyss. We are dead. Who did we see before we went to the abyss? We ended up talking. Was that
You ran
Joaquin?
into
Do we run into Joaquin?
no.
Before we
Well,
got to the abyss? Or who
you
was
ran
that? I don't
into
know.
an entity known as the Sheen,
That's
who
it.
who was the one who did the gold standard process on all of you, that turned your bodies into gold and transferred your souls here to hell. That's a very succinct recap from Sun Kong. You find...
Yeah. Oh, there was a
You
little more. I remember. Sorry.
Go ahead.
We got to hell. We made our way out of the cage, but didn't seem to be like we could go anywhere because the doors were blocked by this magical darkness. A guy, what looked like possibly a tiefling, came, grabbed Aesop, brought him out to the hall. Aesop got auctioned off for way more than he probably should have. But
listen. In my defense, my intelligence much higher than my wisdom.
so, but it ended up that. Fuck, I already forgot the name. Christine?
Chastity.
Chastity was the one who bought him.
That is
Christine
way
the
different.
second.
They both start with CH, don't judge.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Or they could. He got sold to Chastity. Then the guard came back and took Glace, and she, of course, jacked her price up to like 75, 74, so totally tapping out Chastity.
Yeah.
And but she told them that if they just stayed in the office and did nothing, she was going to help somehow. She walked into the caged area where the rest of us were, and that's pretty much it. They had questions for us.
That's a very succinct recap. Just a quick point of clarification. It is Zedbane, the vampire bard that you guys made friends with back on the Prime
That's
Material, that in attempts to free himself of this longing sensation of the calling of his vampiric master, wishes for you guys to end the life of the master of ceremonies, thus freeing him from the servitude of them. So, that was a great recap. Sun Kong, there's no pockets in this, just basic cloth that covers your form. Somehow, though, you do find a weird bit, and somehow it is able to be transferred into the pile.
The ghost pile.
The ghost pile. So, yes, it seemed as though Glace and Aesop had sold themselves already, maxing out Chastity with a little bit of subterfuge from Aesop, and they were pulled into the office where they were told to sit down and chill out.
This is fine. Look, she's got a plan. Everything's gonna be fine.
Why did they choose us first?
Pay no mind to the token that looks like our logo. That's just so I can see the things you guys can see, because we do have dynamic lighting on. As you guys are sitting in this, what seems to be sort of like office room compared to the other more eccentric and chapel-like features of this vault, the air feels cold here, but also thick. There's a chill to the air that seems to pass right through to your bones, if your soul shells even have bones. As you guys are sitting, looking around, seeing various bookcases and what look to be just desks that are strewn about, Chastity steps in through a similar archway that is covered in this inky blackness, and her form steps through, almost as if stepping underneath a waterfall and coming through. She steps up to you two and says, I was told to come and wait here, and to tell you two not to cause any trouble.
Well, we'll certainly try not to cause any more trouble than we have for you and your associate already.
Yes. Speaking of trouble, she says as she glares at you, Glace.
Me?
You and your cohorts made a fool of myself and my brother.
Oh, we did? How?
Oh, you remember.
Oh, that, honey, that was just that was just business. I mean, we're wild knots. We just, had to do what we had to do.
I'm sure.
No hard feelings.
Oh, now that you find yourselves prisoners in the vault, no hard feelings at all.
Oh, honey, Flavio said that you would help us.
Yes.
As she says this, in the other side of the vault, the Master of Ceremonies had just stepped in to view a number of you having stepped out of the cage's framework. You guys would not know this, though. Your characters wouldn't. As I described before, a very well-dressed, formal-looking tiefling, adorned in a flamboyant suit, sporting thick black hair and a darker skin tone with golden-tipped horns, steps through and this inky blackness of this door you saw before, and looks around for just a second and addresses you all by saying, before you go attempting to bite, stab, or break my neck, realize that at the moment you were transferred here and took form in these shells, a contract was drawn up that gives the vault's owner absolute control over you. You cannot hurt me or anyone else. You cannot even leave this room unless the owner gives you consent. Are we understood?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we have no choice.
That's what I like to hear. Now, All of you are going to follow me. I have a few questions for you all. Am I to assume you watch as this figure sort of scans the room? Am I to assume everyone except the dwarf in the back came here together?
Well, yes. We all woke up in this cage.
Ah, fuck.
You hear from behind you, I'm not associated with him.
You hear it?
And you also hear Bilwick, the Dragonborn, next to you and Vidi.
Yes, everyone here except the dwarf. We all came here together.
He kind of just stares at you all, as if to follow along with him. The figure looks around and says, "Your allies are awaiting in the meeting room. If you would please follow me."
Wait, Aesop and Glasse are okay?
Yes, for the time being. Follow me, look but do not touch. I will escort you there.
I'm not good at it, but I'm gonna try to make an insight check.
Sure.
I guess I'm not horrible at it. Let's see. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Can't click that. Sorry. Oh well, I'll just do it the old-fashioned. The first one, 17.
Not bad, not bad. It seems like this formal figure is not incredibly jovial to all of you, though he does seem to be telling the truth. There seems to be a little bit of an air of authority to the way he speaks. Oh,
I guess.
and you will be allowed to pass through this doorway, the gentleman says as he steps through.
I mean, it doesn't seem like we have a choice, but he seems like he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
I say to the room.
Chemo kind of gives Rinkaz a play along. Play along.
I gotcha.
So do you guys follow?
You.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what the Navy hand signs for. If we wait long enough, we can snap his neck. It gives you that too.
Yeah, I think I'd be hungry too, Chemo.
Yeah, I like that.
You all begin to step through this inky darkness that pervades the area of the archway that leads out of this room. Though this time, where there seemed to be an invisible force that didn't allow you through, you seem to be able to push through now, the inky blackness covering the parts of your body that push through. Completely opaque, you can't see what's past it. You feel nothing as you walk through, but you're able to almost step underneath the darkness and pass through it. All of you follow, as well as Bilwick coming with you. The only one staying back, it seems, is the dwarf in the cage behind you. So you all do that thing. As you all pass through, you... Hang on just a second here. As you all pass through, you enter into a very open chapel-looking area. The sound of otherworldly music washes through the vault. And there is, beyond the walls, what sounds like a mixture of pain and pleasure. A congregation of infernal humanoids sits in the chapel pews, a makeup of various infernal beings, as well as what looks to be perhaps maybe even some vampire. Past all of them, further south, at what looks to be the open area and perhaps the entrance of the vault itself, are two hulking figures. covered in spiked iron that stand at what looks to be probably the entrance, as I mentioned. Up north, past the pews, is a raised stage illuminated by hues of purple and deep pink filtering in from large stained glass windows. Depicted on them is a variety of imagery, everything from torture to other various forms of debauchery. You all continue to follow. As you move past this congregation, they sit in complete silence, practically unmoving except for their eyes, which slowly trail your group as you head across the nave. You all make your way across the entirety of the chapel room to, on the opposite side, another archway of inky blackness. You now pass through here and find yourselves in what looks to be a much more simple version of what looks to be some type of study or office-like room. As you enter, you also see Chastity and Aesop and Glosse sitting at a desk, where Chastity is standing behind them. Her succubus-like tail seems to whip around almost impatiently.
Oh, look, the other prisoners are here.
Yes, the other prisoners.
Stepping through Aesop, Glosse, you see the Master of Ceremonies bringing in your friends, as well as Bilwick, that dragonborn from before.
What's the sense we get off of us, Aesop and Glosse? Are they
Were you
like
guys
chill
acting
or?
Yeah, like you don't know us?
What are you guys? How are you guys acting right now?
Yeah, how you
I
guys
mean,
act?
we're clearly acting like we don't know you, and we also don't know that you said to the guy that you do know us.
Okay, so when you guys say, I'm like, it's okay. They know we all came together.
Oh, alright.
I look over to Chastity for a moment and kind of nod and say, for our previous altercations, it was just part of a job, if you will.
Yeah, I've heard that one once before. Nice to meet you again.
Pleasure. Chastity, correct?
That's correct. Glossy, I think
Fun.
you may be on mute.
Fun as always.
She turns to the master and says, yeah, they're definitely together. I heard you, babe.
Okay.
She says, yes, this group is definitely together.
Rinkos, I think she's still mad.
Just a reminder, I was not part of the original group that humiliated you and Flavio.
That's true. He joined
It
us
is-
after all the events. He's heard of it, but he wasn't involved.
Well, you
I
guys
bet-
know so much about sensation here. Isn't just humiliation one of the things you have to go through? Hmm?
I barely know these people.
You're welcome.
The master peers around the room and says, interesting. All of you came here together.
Yeah,
We all
weird that
look
we
at the
all
next
died
days
at the
together.
same time.
Chastity, all of you, I would ask that you give me just a moment.
Fuck.
The Master of Ceremonies steps up, walking past the desk up to a bookcase. He seems to pull a book, and the bookcase sways, shifting out of the way into a darkness with which he steps through and disappears.
Should we follow? I say, looking to Chastity.
You should definitely not touch anything and stay where you are.
Hey, so, let's say, hypothetically, if we wanted to hurt him, how could we do that?
You can't. He owns your souls, and unless he decides to either free you or rip up your contracts, you can do nothing.
Out of curiosity, Chastity, what was before our first encounter? What was that all about? What were you trying to do, or? what was
Oh,
your
the
goal?
ceremony procession where I tried to kill a bunch of innocent Halcyon members?
As long as we're on the same page about what that was.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
That would be correct. I
Okay.
was trying to bring souls here to the Abyss, of course.
Ooh.
Free will, or was it a mission in order?
Well, I am a associate of the Vault. Part of my job is bringing those here. They either are turned into soul coins and used as further currency, or for certain special members who prove to be of a more valuable asset, sent before the audience of the Dark Prince himself, who judges their merit.
Okay, so can he get us out, or what?
The Prince?
Yeah, the prince.
Oh,
I mean, I
how
would imagine
I
he-
would love for you to meet him.
Oh, that means we probably shouldn't.
Can I insight check her?
Sure.
Glosse just wants to make sure that this woman isn't gonna help us anymore. That's a 19.
Kimo also insights.
Sure,
That's good.
sure.
Yeah, I will as well.
I mean, don't you own me and Glosse, right? You won us fair and square. You could.
Yeah,
You could let us hurt him, right?
that's a lot of soul coins to just give up.
I
She
don't
doesn't
have
own
your
us yet, though.
contracts just yet.
Oh,
Just yet.
just yes.
All of you can get the sense that she's probably being honest, though there does seem to be a certain amount of what's the term? Danger
blood?
behind her words. Aesop is probably right.
Out of curiosity, Chastity, for these, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that come through here, but are you at most of these, I shrug and say auctions or purchases? Are you here for most of these?
Most of them.
I mean, I might be going out on a limb here to ask if you would remember. Do you remember a person by the name of Cregan?
God, get a room. Everywhere with this Cregan fella.
He seemed alright.
Right?
She
That's what I was
says-
saying.
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
Oh,
Cute.
Not really what we're here for, though.
It's at this point that shifting from behind this same swaying bookcase is a different person. This seems to be similarly a tiefling or some type of infernal being, maybe Cambion-like in nature, although this one looks to be female in form. Hang on just a second here. She sports similar features to the master, although she's dressed in a flamboyant lavender dress with fully golden horns. She has voluminous jet black hair, and similar to the master, she seems to sport two pointy fangs. As she steps out, she looks over each of you and says, "Hello, everyone. I am the mistress of the vault." And she steps over to her chair and takes a seat into it.
You and him run this place, well, this part together?
That's correct. The master and myself share ownership of the vault. Better that way if others try to scheme in taking it over or causing trouble. She seems to study each of you for a couple seconds before saying, eccentric group makeup, uniquely talented, and a nearly suicidal tenacity. You're adventurers, aren't you?
Say that?
A good eye.
you've done this before, mistress.
I'm something of an adventurer myself.
I'm more of a treasure protector.
I have lived many lives, and I am no stranger to the likes of you. Now, tell me, why were you all stupid enough to come here together?
That is a long, long story.
Give me the cliff notes, then.
We were punished.
Well, it's a little longer than that. Even the
We
cliff.
were executed.
Okay. Yes, but before that, we needed a way to get here so that we could somehow bargain for a specific soul.
Yeah.
Because this specific soul is the only means to heal a very sick friend of ours. And the quickest way to do that was to, let's say, come here directly.
I have seen many souls come through these ways. Tell me, which one are you seeking? I'm curious.
Sure, you don't have many Rhaegar that come through here.
Which Rhaegar?
Somebody make an insight check before Aesop.
I'll do it. I'll do it. That's a 10. Ouch.
What are you trying to determine?
11. Oh, 16. Nice.
If she...
If she can actually help us, right? Like,
She doesn't plan on just outright killing us if we tell her the truth?
There seems to be a certain glint in her eyes at the mention of a Rhaegar.
Alright. Zigzag. Oh god, Zix! I can't
Zix.
remember his name, or say it. Zixogenous.
oh, good. Very
Something
good.
like that. It's close.
She leans back in her chair. You hear the creak of the wood. A smile curls on her face. She taps a finger to her chin. Chastity, be a dear and allow me to speak with these folks privately for a little bit.
Bye!
Don't worry, I'll consider your bets. But I need to ascertain exactly what they are doing here. Chastity looks to all of you and simply smiles and says, "Good luck." And she
Thank you,
traipses
mistress.
off into the darkness.
Tell our associate we said hello.
You
I
look
look
really
to them.
smart.
I look to the mistress and say, to be fair, obviously we're in your court at the moment. The reason we were so hasty was it was a matter of time to save our friend. If we weren't, quick about this, we would lose them forever.
We do have a bit of a time crunch going on.
Interesting. And despite being in the soul shells, I feel as though I could gather the idea that you are all adequate in your skill sets.
The best! The
We get by.
absolute best!
I mean,
Only
I
done it
can't
once.
make any bombs with these transparent hands, but normally, yes.
Interesting. Well then, I think I can come up with a deal that will make all of us happy.
Ooh.
Okay.
You see, Zix was sent to work for me.
Mm.
Their skills are very valuable. They created the soul shells, for instance. The things you're currently occupying.
Huh.
Wow.
Among other things.
Other things?
She smiles. There is an issue, however. One that you could potentially be able to help me with. Zix has been taken prisoner.
In hell? He's taken prisoner in hell? Like, separate from being in hell, he's also a prisoner of a separate faction within hell.
A Rhaegar is a figure of some clout, Aesop.
Oh.
He came here of his own free volition to do the work.
Huh.
However, the kidnapping that took place was not on the agenda. He's currently being held prisoner in a place called the Argent Palace.
A palace.
Yes.
Is that in another layer of hell?
No. Well, yes, but no. Something like
well,
that.
yes, but actually no.
It's not important. I have been setting some things up for their rescue. However, it is such a fortuitous turn of events that you should all fall into my lap. You see, the Argent Palace rests in a separate city. And to have you simply waltz there, across any of the paths or roads that lead there, without a merchant title and in your current soul shell forms, you would be quick pickings for the demons who run the roads. However, I've been devising a shortcut, if you will, that can lead you straight to the palace interiors, if you are up to do a bit of sneaking in.
Oh, yes, we're very sneaky.
Oh
Is that
god.
right?
Kiba just looks at Aesop.
Wait, why are you looking at me? I'm the knight.
A question. You
you're
guys
fine.
seem really, really powerful here. Why don't you just get him back yourself, since he is yours?
Because I have so much business to attend to, Glace.
And
Plus, the way into the palace interiors is fraught with dangers. I wouldn't want to break a nail. I could just send you all, and if you perish, well, then I'll just wait for another couple of ventures to come through.
it's
Fair. That's fair.
Seems
so
like a fair deal.
who wanted him so badly that they kidnapped him?
It's not important. What is important is you getting him back for me.
Who cares? They're in hell. They've got to be terrible. Who cares? We're
That's true.
recovering.
What level of terrible?
Yeah.
Could help
I mean,
us.
I
Go
guess
do it.
really, yeah. What choice do we have, honestly?
You see that mirror over there? And she points to what looks to be like a full-size mirror that sits on the wall west of you, the rest of the group who are standing still somewhat at the entrance here.
Tick. This one?
Yes, that's correct. This mirror is an enchanted one. Stepping through it will take you through a shortcut directly into the palace interiors, into a place called the Mirrored Halls.
Oh.
Glace, what are you doing?
I'm looking at myself in the mirror and like
She's voguing.
I'm voguing in the mirror. I push Aesop out of the way.
Is there anything we should have a heads up on in this hall of mirror?
Yes, there is one specific thing. You'll have to get through the halls to reach the interior where I believe they are holding Zix. The mirrored halls, aptly named, are covered top to bottom in reflective mirror-like surfaces. But you'll be looking specifically for a full-length vanity with dark wooden trim engraved with various images of the Dark Prince himself.
Oh. Okay.
You'll need to move quickly, which already seems to be a mission of yours. You don't want to be staying too long in the palace.
Well, this is all well and good, and we are absolutely on board to help you with this little prison break. Is there any way you can give us some form of power beyond these soul shells?
I can't.
Oh my.
Ah.
Is there
Well,
any
at
way you
least-
could restore us? We've kind of at the end of our rope. We were our mortal bodies. We needed a rest.
Firstly, keeping you in these forms keeps me safe. Second, any adjustments I would want to make to the models that Zix creates is unaccomplishable without their help.
Oh.
Some of your magics, the transformative ones, don't even work. Little asterisks left in the models they create.
Cute.
Oh boy.
However, you should not need to get into any combat. You'll need to just move through the mirrored halls. Try to find the vanity engraved with wood in the shape of the Dark Prince that is emblazoned on it.
And we'll know him when we see him. He's like,
Yes, you'll see the markings all around the wooden trim.
mm-hmm.
It will stand out among the rest of the interior of the halls.
Oh, okay. So.
Also, if you see any Bodak, just do not look in their eyes.
Bodak. Oh
Fuck.
boy.
What's a
I
Bodak?
don't know what that is.
Game says.
Huh.
Those who fall in the mirrored halls become a passing memory of their once selves, though their bodies still remain, driven by the anguish of their deaths. If others lock eyes with them, it will drive your minds and bodies to the brink of, well, potentially going unconscious.
Okay,
Or
so nobody look at
worse.
anyone. No eye looking, no eye staring, no eye gazing, none of that. No.
Just stay together, avert your eyes, and try to move stealthily. You won't have to worry about looking at them if they are too drawn in by the mirrors themselves.
It's a hall of mirrors. Everywhere we look could potentially be Bodak.
That's correct.
Cool. So.
Do you expect heavy guards in this place? Should we expect that?
Hopefully not, but I don't know for sure. There are plenty of patrols, but hopefully this shortcut gets you to where you need to go quick enough to abscond with Zix and make it back in one piece.
Okay.
So when we get to this, what was it called? Argent Fortress? Argent Palace?
Yes.
What can we expect to encounter there?
Demons.
Zix, hopefully. She smiles, sharp
Just-
2 teeth grinning.
Just Six, huh? Just alone in a prison by himself with no wardens or anything?
I could tell you any number of demonic forms that would be patrolling the halls. Would it give you any more comfort?
No.
No, and it's not
Valid
like we
point.
have any treasure or items to prepare, so let's go through this wacky mirror, gang.
Isn't this what we were trying not to do back in the vault?
Yes, Stun Khan. Yes, it is.
Do your best, and if you can, try to come back within an hour.
Why? What happens? Well, what happens if it's over an hour?
The palace has a way of warping your sensibilities should you linger too long.
Oh no. Okay, alright.
Glacé, before you step away, the mistress puts her hand on yours and leans in and whispers, "Would you be the last to enter so I can have a quick word with you?"
Okay. Glacé is gonna try to look like she's talking, like shooting the shit with this demon.
Okay. Everyone else, are you passing through the mirror?
I'm gonna,
Yep.
I'm gonna ask her one final question before we leave. Like, I'm gonna walk by and like bow and say, I know the circumstances, are in both of our favors to an extent, but thanks for the job. Out of curiosity, you said you've lived many lives. Your, I guess, mortal form, should you have one. What did you do before all of this?
She smiles and says, "I was an adventurer like you."
Well, should you be happy here, congrats. If not, my condolences, and thank you for the job again. And I just head towards the mirror.
If you are all successful in doing this, I will consider potentially freeing you from my clutches. Zix is a valuable asset to me, even more so than all of you.
Oh, good. I
Seems
hope we
fair.
can. Yes, I hope we can help you recover this valuable asset because it's valuable for both us and you.
Yes.
All right.
Aesop, Sun Kong, you guys pass through?
Yep.
Right behind you.
Bilwick passes through.
Hold on.
Oh, wait.
Before he does, Kibo wants to. Does he look like he can handle himself in a fight?
He looks like a beefy fucking dragonborn. He
Yes.
almost seems to fit in with the rest of you adventurers with his physicality.
I mean, beef piece one thing, but does he look like he can fight?
Make an insight or a perception check.
Dude. Whoop, it's pretty good. 20?
Nice.
A natural 20?
Unnatural.
Dirty.
You know that these soul shells don't capture all of the physical features of your normal bodies, but they seem to take on a general reflection of it. And because of that, obviously this isn't his real body, but you can still see where the soul shell captured various scars that covers this dragonborn. It seems as though he has seen many battles.
Alright, so as he tries to walk past, I want to put a hand on him and say, you move with it.
He turns and says,
The plan is we stick together and get this done so we can get the hell out of here.
Ah,
Kibo just gives a sullen head nod.
alright, both of you step through the mirror.
Aesop leans into Ringcast. Oh, that's a good idea. We might need some bait. That was a
Nod.
joke. That's a joke. We're not going to do that.
I nod to him and say, "Of course, fodder.
Wait, what?
I mean, we're in hell after all."
No.
Aren't we all fodder at this point?
If you're volunteering,
Oh,
he
not
looks pretty
me.
tough. We could save him.
I trust Aesop. He's a good fodder.
Wait, what?
Ha! Ha! You're a great father. Obviously.
Jesus.
NVD, Ringcast, do you guys step through?
Yes.
Yep.
One final bow and nod to the mistress.
You both push through the mirror. NVD, anything else for you step through?
Just wave. Thank you. You're really, really smart.
Both of you push through. It's almost like there is a watery texture on the mirror. It seems to ripple just a bit as you push your fingers through. It has a certain texture to it that seems odd. The reflection reverberates with the small ripples, and you push through to whatever other side there is. Also, just a note to all of you. Some of you did it, and some of you did it a little bit differently than I expected. When I mentioned that you all have half of your health, what I meant to say was while you keep all of your stats, all of your abilities, you don't have any of your gear, and your health is not just half of its max, it is your max health is half of its max. So double check when we move to a new map, but I should have fixed this for everyone. Glossy, you watch as NVD and Ringkaz step through. The mistress turns to you and says, I must say, you have a stunning appearance and charisma. You remind me of my old self.
What was your old self like?
Let me ask you, what did you do before becoming an adventurer?
Well, I am a celebrity, an entertainer of sorts. I entertained.
She smiles. I, too, was an entertainer. I would ask, Classe, despite everything that's happened here so far, that you consider joining me here in the vault.
And why you? Why? Like, what's so special about the vault?
There's a lot of fun that can be had here, a lot of entertainment. This is the Vault of Desire, after all.
Right.
Plus, if I'm being honest, she seems to get a bit more serious, her charismatic exterior washing away. I'm a bit lonely. My son has run off. The people that I used to know as friends have either died or never ended up looking for me.
Who's your son?
A vampire with quite a set of cords.
Oh, a vampire! How interesting. Well, I'm sure he'll come back eventually. I mean, you're his mom.
I keep trying to call, but he never answers. Typical, isn't it?
Well, maybe there's a bigger, better world out there full of more than just demons. Exciting, right?
Yes, but think about how much fun we could have down here, Glace. You and me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This whole slave thing is not really fun. And other, selling people, that's not my idea of fun either. It's bad. It's a bad time.
Oh, you get used to it after a while.
Can I, so were you an Eidolon?
I was many things, but an entertainer was at the top of them all.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just curious, maybe you and me, maybe we're like cousins or something, but that's okay.
Certainly kindred spirits, it seems.
Right. Well, hey, what's your son look like? Maybe we'll keep an eye out for him for the outside world.
She tells you that his name is Zedbane and goes on to describe his appearance to you, telling you that he typically is stationed in Halcyon.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, we'll keep an eyeball out for him.
Thank you, dearie.
Yes.
And I know that this profession may turn your stomach, but truthfully, I would love a friend.
I mean, I can be your friend, but I'm not going to be working in the Vault of Desire with you.
Just
keep your options open.
Keep it in the back of your mind, she says.
Yes. I want to grab her hand. If you ever need to vent or talk, keep me alive and I'll listen, give you my 2 cents.
I could probably still talk to you even if you were dead.
Well, yeah, this whole conversation's happening right now, and technically I'm dead. Okay, well, mommy dearest, I will be seeing you later on. I'm sure we'll recover Zix and get back here with no scratches on us.
Please, come back soon.
Bye. Well, she had fangs too, right?
She does.
Okay. Alright. I don't want to press more into the Zedbane thing because I don't want to seem like I know more than I do. So I'm going to go to the mirror, check out my butt, make sure my hair's okay.
You feel the sensation as you look at yourself in the mirror, although it's just you staring back at yourself, that there is almost something or someone else staring back at you.
I give it a wink and a mwah, and I jump on the mirror.
All right, you jump
Yep.
through. Okay. I'm gonna switch maps here. I'm gonna grab this little sucker. Hang on just a second.
All we gotta be is silent coming up, guys. We're so good.
Oh god!
So
Mission that we've had.
excited. This is gonna be a walk in the park.
Too bad we don't have any of that glue. We could just use it like chapstick.
What?
The universal solvent or the sticky
The
glue.
Sovereign glue?
Yeah,
Why chapstick?
and lipstick, whatever. Oh, that way our lips would stay shut, and then we wouldn't freak out when we see the fucking nightmare fuel that lives in this.
Hopefully we don't see anything. Don't look at them. I don't know what they are, but don't look at them.
Jason.
Oh, I
We're all
can't.
in a different room.
I can't.
We're all in a different room.
Oh
Are we?
no!
You may need to search around to find where you are, but don't move your token
Oh.
as I explain some things.
It's best
I-
to scream really loud and flail your arms.
I'm going to need you all to roll initiative, please.
Oh shit!
Girl.
Jason.
I'm into this already.
Good old.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
Jason.
Keep all that shit out.
Oh, why is everyone's initiative so high?
No!
Because I have a load of dice.
Highest roll, first to go.
How come Rinkaz's is +9? That's really high.
Plus 9
Deck.
is
Really?
Dex and proficiency because of gunslinger.
For once.
Oh.
It's okay, Aesop. We're gonna be
Don't-
fine.
Don't worry, I'll go first and I'll find everyone in one turn.
Aesop is immediately distracted by how shiny everything is. Ooh.
You you step
Gloss,
through
they
the.
can't move because
Why can't she?
Sorry.
Why can't she move?
oh, she can't stop looking at herself at every
True. You're
every
right.
angle.
As you step through the mirror Rinkaz, you find that none of your allies seem to have stepped through in this area with you. There is a chill to the air, and you look around to see, covered all over the walls, not actual mirrors, but fractines, pieces of wall, almost like a cavern interior, but completely reflective surfaces over each. And not just the walls, but the ceilings and surfaces. Everything seems to give off this pervasive reflection. Pieces of yourself shift and wane, and the reflections continue off into a almost misty darkness. There is just enough strange reflection and ambient light through the various reflections to give off a strange, pervasive light. You find yourself in a larger room, if you will, and you do not see anyone else around you. It seems as though up ahead there is a path that seems to lead either to the left or right. You hear nothing else in the distance without making any checks. Knowledge checks are free. You are up first.
I'm going to roll a stealth check to move up to
Smart idea.
one of these sides over here, whichever I can access to take a peek left.
Sure.
Come on, roll 20. Yeah, perfect. I was waiting for it.
Oh,
I mean-
Wow.
Can we be in the weird too? Can
Someone
Did
could
get
summon it from the chat. It's only like
Man.
5,000.
Somebody should definitely not do that.
I think it shouldn't happen also.
You're
I
still
don't think that would be awesome.
you still are getting your senses in this soul shell form, Rinkaz, and as you take a step, the floor is not completely flat. It has indentions, dips, and small pockets that elevate just a bit, and you trip over one. There is a echoing smack as you kind of fall flat against the floor that seems to just echo off into the distance.
Awesome. I get up if I can and
Yeah.
take whatever movement I'm allowed.
You can, if you don't mind moving space by space, but you can go wherever you please.
1, 2. And I think I'll stop there, knowing that I made a lot of noise. I think I'll just take the rest of my turn to take a deep breath and get used to my
Fair enough. Sun Kong, everything I mentioned before about walking into this area completely covered by mirror-like surfaces is the same thing that happens to you. Where do you go?
Oh boy. I will make a stealth check because I remember things
All right.
sometimes. 16. All right, not bad, not bad.
You
I
remain
will-
flat-footed and quiet as you shift through the halls.
I guess I'll make a perception as I move. I guess to look for traps or enemies, or if I have to stop, or and I keep my ears open as I move. Do you want me to roll a perception or?
Move where you would like, and then give me a
Okay.
perception.
All right, well, I'm just gonna move here.
You can keep moving after that, yeah.
I'm just gonna move here and make a perception check.
That's fine. Understandable.
'Cause
You're in a place you don't
Sun
know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. 19 in the area that I can see. Anything that catches my attention?
It's almost an overload of the senses, seeing all these fractal images of pieces of your face and body reflected over and over again. It's almost a little bit of vertigo as you just take a second to stand flat-footed. You do not see anything besides yourself reflected over and over again, though you do hear the soft sound in the distance of what sounds like shifting footsteps very, very slowly.
Okay. Move. Oh, there we go. Move here. I don't see anything, so here. Okay. I move here, and I will make another perception check to listen. See if I hear.
You haven't moved
Okay.
far enough to need a new one. You
Okay,
hear
cool.
the same thing.
Can I tell if it's the footsteps are coming from the right fork or the left fork? Can I tell?
You cannot tell.
Okay. All right. Well, huzzah. Oh, why do I keep unselecting? Huzzah. Okay. Let's go this way. Oh, I have not been counting. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, I think. 40, 45, 50. Just let me know when I need to make another perception check.
What's your passive
55.
perception?
Passive perception 13.
Okay.
Okay. What did I say? 50, I think? 50. Why? Unselected. 55. 60.
The shuffling noise becomes louder from up ahead.
Fuck.
Very subtly, but you can hear shifting. It's almost like feet dragging across the mirrored floor.
I might go back. And go up the other path then. Yeah, I think I am. So I was at 60, 65, 70. And that is my normal movement, so might as well double move.
Give me a separate stealth check.
Okay. Self +5, so not horrible. Hit roll. Come on. There we go. Oh, nice. Oh, I guess the first one, but still, 22. That's awesome.
Feel pretty stealthy.
All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
There is another shuffling. It's hard to tell where it's coming from, though. It sounds close, but not close at the same time.
I'm going to keep going. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Ooh.
2 long hallways that lead north and south.
60, 65, 7. That's a double movement for me.
Okay. Anything else, Sun Kong?
No, nothing else I can do at this point. And
Okay.
I still feel that perception. I still feel I know what's going on, kind of. I don't need to make another one.
No, you don't need to make
Okay.
another one.
Cool. Yeah, I'm good then.
Chemo. Everything I explained before in terms of your senses in this eerie place. What would you like to do?
Chemo's gonna cast Primeval Awareness, looking for a celestial within a mile of us. Of me, I guess. So, like, red ash kind of forms off of his eyes as he detects visions for a celestial.
A celestial?
Yeah.
Is there a range that would activate your senses for that?
1 mile.
You sense no celestials.
What? Did I fuck that up? Is invading not a celestial? Shit.
Jira
Oops.
is. Jira's
Oh.
a celestial, but Jira's not here.
Oh. Shit. Alright. I guess I'll just break one.
Sorry, bud.
It's all good. Shit. 1, 2,
If I rolled correctly, maybe, but
5.
Are you moving stealthily, Chemo?
Yeah.
You want to give me a stealth roll?
Do you want me to roll before I move?
Yes, please.
Okay. Damn. Shisha.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Look, this is fine, guys. Guys, come on, this is fine.
Is that a natty 1 that I
That's
see?
a natural 1.
Take this card. Let's see what that is. Take a
It's the
roll.
only way I can roll less than a 10 on stealth, just to roll a 1.
Okie dokie.
Jesus.
You are walking, following this open path that you see, and your big, bulky Goliath, like even in this like pasty white soul shell form, you're still a relatively bulky Goliath, and you think you see this open path ahead, and you nearly just smash your whole body into a mirror-like surface, and it echoes across.
Ow.
Rinka, as you hear something echoing in the distance, a similar smack, almost like you hitting the ground.
I take a deep breath and hold it.
It's either an enemy or someone almost as dumb as me.
I can continue to move, or
Yeah, you like smack this wall, but are able to continue.
5. Whoa.
In the distance, you see a vague humanoid-like form. Its features practically featureless, its body naked, its skin a silver palish color. Its facial features are largely absent except for 2 glowing eyes and an extended lower jaw that gives this open, almost silent moaning of its open, long mouth. It seems to be as it has one hand slapped against the mirrored walls to the side of it, shifting your way.
Last 2 movements. Sweet, another did it. That will be it.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
You hear in the distance and the slaps of what sound like soft footsteps.
Slaps!
Not like that.
Shit slaps!
Anything else, Chemo?
Nope, that's it.
In Vidi, you step through, finding none of your friends around, and the silence of the mirrored halls around you. You're in a large room. Where do you go?
First, I reach up to tap my ear, and there's no communicator to contact the team. So I'm
You
very
realize all of your gear is gone. You are naked, but a simple cloth covering your body.
Pat myself down, look around the room, and breathe.
You see various distorted reflections of yourself in them.
Take 1 step forward. Breathe.
You hear the pitter-patter of your feet behind you as you slowly step. You moving stealthily?
18.
Okay, you feel pretty stealthy as you try to shift quietly.
And breathe. And I want to peer around this corner. I look around the corner without going around it, or do I have to go around
Yeah,
it?
we'll say you peek and you can move your token there.
And I'm gonna kind of squint my eyes,
Looks
kind of like
longer hallway with various openings to the right and
Scooby-Doo.
left.
Scooby-Doo right around the corner and just double move.
What's your passive perception of Vidi?
14.
Okay.
Want to look around this corner to my right.
Okay. Seems to curl and head south.
And I'm gonna stop right here.
Okay.
That's 60.
Anything else from you and Vidi as you peer around the mirrored halls?
So I'm trying to move quietly and really light on my feet.
Mm-hmm.
Do I sound anything that sounds like me? Or do I hear anything that sounds like me?
That sounds like you specifically?
Like really, really trying to not be heard.
You feel like you're moving pretty stealthily. The patter of your feet is pretty flat-footed, so you're reducing as much noise as possible. You're unsure if anything else is able to hear you audibly enough, but you feel relatively stealthy.
Do I hear anything else trying to move quietly?
Give me a perception check.
$13.
You hear the silence of the halls, but for just a second as you're peering around the various walkways, you almost feel like you saw yourself in the mirror, but shifting in a different way as you are standing still peering around. You look around now to confirm that, but only see the fractured still images of yourself standing here.
I just want to squint my eyes to where it's like you can barely see through them and just breathe very, very deeply.
Okay. All right. Glacé,
Oh boy.
you find yourself surrounded by no one except yourself in a large mirrored room. The silence of the mirrored halls surround you.
Guys.
Just
Hey,
use our sending stones. Oh, wait.
I'm right behind you guys.
Are you whispering this?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
5, 10, 15. I want to be quiet, because I'm alone.
Sure.
20. Hey guys. 25. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'll go up. That's 30 for me.
Okay.
And then
You
I'm gonna-
moving stealthily?
Yeah. You want me to roll that for you? Sorry.
Please.
Oh fuck. Well, that's a 14. That's not too bad.
Not the quietest, but you feel like you are moving pretty stealthily considering the environment you find yourself in, and probably the dangers that may lurk within.
I want to do a perception check for footsteps because
Sure.
I cannot believe my teammates went on ahead of me. And I was
Okay.
right.
I like that's the first thing she jumps to, too, is we left her.
That's gonna be
She did dilly-dally.
perception. It's a dirty 20.
You hear no footsteps of anyone else, but in the distance, you hear yourself saying, "Guys? Guys?"
Oh, no.
Five. I don't see them here. 10. I'm trying to be quiet. Oh!
You see a dead end up ahead. "Guys? Why did you leave me here?"
Oh, man.
Okay, where was oh god, was that 15? 5, 10, 15. And I can't do anything. I try to remain very still and very quiet. And I'm done.
Try not to hyperventilate. Aesop, you step through the mirror. You are alone, though, not surrounded by any of your teammates, and find yourself in a large, square-looking
Okay,
mirrored hall.
all right. Well, it appears, this is an internal monologue, it appears that we're all separated in a maze. I'm sure my teammates will do the logical thing that anyone should do while in a maze, and I will trust these idiots to do that. I'm going to stealthily move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25?
What's your stealth check?
Oh, it's gonna be so good, Jason. Forget about it. Actually, it's not terrible. That's pretty good. My stealth is gonna be 17 total.
Okay.
And
Feel pretty good.
I put my hand on the left wall of mirrors,
Mhm.
and I take one last foot forward, and I see that's a dead end.
No.
Oh my Great. Fantastic, I think to myself.
Aesop, you
Actually, do I see that's a dead end, or does it keep going down here?
you may want to peer around the corner.
Okay. Am I allowed to do that even with just 30 feet of movement?
I'll say you can move your token up to say that you're peering around.
Oh! Okay, well, Aesop's gonna continue with his plan, which he is not vocalizing out loud because that would be table talk, and he is going to continue moving silently. I still have an action. I guess I could take a perception check to see if I hear anything?
Sure.
It's not bad, but Aesop's perception ain't what it used to be. 14.
You hear nothing but the silence of the halls around you.
Well, I suppose I'll stick to the plan. Done.
Fair enough. Brinkaz.
I finished taking a few long, deep breaths. Look down at the ground, and then I'm going to move one step forward to peer around.
What is your passive perception again? Sorry, I may ask you guys this a lot.
No, that's fine. 17.
You hear the shuffling of footsteps nearby.
I'm going to take a perception check to see if I can tell which direction they're coming from.
Fair enough.
It's rolling.
Come on, roll 20, you piece of shit. I'm just
It's
kidding.
checking
I
the
love you.
balance in your account to see you
I'm
got
sure-
that stimulus check yet or not.
I'm sure everyone who plays TTRPGs is playing on here right now.
Right.
I mean, I can just go get that big ass dice I got.
I was gonna
That's
say,
all right.
you're welcome to roll a real life dice if this is there. It is.
It took so long because the roll.
Damn, that's a pretty high roll. It is absolutely coming from up north. Considering the map layout above you.
Okay, up that other hallway area that I
With
could kind
with
of...
yes, that way, and with that type of check, because it's so high, it almost sounds like the intentional movements of someone trying to stay quiet.
I don't like that. Intentionally trying to stay quiet. All right. I'm going to take a stealth check and move.
Sure.
God
Hi.
bless.
You find yourself not wanting to stumble again and completely flat-footed watching your steps move very quietly through the halls.
That's 10, 15.
You see a dead end below you. More path up ahead.
20, 25, 30, and that is my movement.
All of it.
30 movement.
You have your action.
Alright, then I'll double my movement.
Okay. You now see where the area forks around the corner.
I'm gonna take a peek around the corner.
You can take a peek if you'd like. You see the slow shifting form of
Oh my
Chemo
God.
Soul Shell moving. Chemo, you now lay eyes on Rinkaz turning the corner nearby.
Oh, yeah. I look to him and put a finger up to my mouth, and I study him a second, praying that it's actually him.
Chemo does exactly the same thing. It's like the Bugs Bunny mirror trick, but it was totally arrived at on its own.
Dude, I look at my head and then look at him.
Anything else Rink has?
Take a deep breath and I just nod. And again, shh, be quiet.
All right. Sun Kong. You are in a
Oh, boy.
long hallway. What would you like to do?
I would like to make another stealth check if I have to.
Yes, please, before moving.
Okay.
Ooh.
Maybe rolling. There it goes. Come on.
That's your
9.
total? 9?
We're doing great.
No. I should have used my inspiration. Too late now. I'm gonna make a perception check.
Sure.
See if I hear anything. Anything to hear? 17. That's not bad.
You hear in the distance what sounds like Classe, but it seems to be coming from almost multiple locations. Guys?
I'm so beautiful.
Oh, I'm not gonna. Since I can't tell exactly if that's her or where it's coming from, I'm not gonna say anything and hope that I'm moving silently enough. 5, 10, 15. Around the corner. 20.
You peer around the corner.
25. 30. Ooh, big empty room. Big empty room. 9, 40. Classe! Okay.
Something is imitating me.
I heard you coming from everywhere.
How do I know you're you? That's fine. That answers my question.
You hear a zip.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
It's all blue.
It's all blue. Okay. Which way did you come from?
From where you just came.
Oh,
Up there is a dead end, so I'm going this way.
okay. I'm gonna keep going that way, but I won't go too far ahead of you.
Okay.
So I was at 60, 65, 70.
As you move past Glace Sun Kong, continuing down the hall, you hear her behind you say, "How do I know it's you?"
I push it out of my head. I look behind me. I see she's still there.
Quietly
just gonna-
sobbing.
I'm just gonna go with my gut and continue to believe that's her.
Okay.
So 70, and I will double move, but not too much. 5, 10, 15. How much can you move, Glace?
60.
60.
Normal human shit.
20, 25, 30, 35. I'm gonna stay here so I can still see Glace, and I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. You head forward, keeping an eye out, trying to remain quiet as you do, keeping an eye closely on Glace behind you so as not to lose her again. Chemo, you see Rinkaz turning the corner, you both simultaneously holding a finger up to your mouths. What do you do?
Chemo steps around Rinkaz,
Mm-hmm.
tells him, we can't go that way, it's back country. And sorry, I can't help myself. footprints. And cast Pass Without Trace.
Ooh.
Nice, nice.
Do some hand symbols.
That's
and
centered on yourself?
it is centered on myself.
Okay.
Do you want me to turn a radius?
Yeah, if you want to.
Whoop, that's 30 squares, not 30 feet. Everybody's.
It's very different.
There we go.
Okay, cool.
I'll turn it off when it's something less annoying. And I will hold my movement with Ringcast when he does. I've got 30 squares left, so I'm sure I can keep up with
Okay, holding your movement to move with him?
Ringcast, yeah, on his turn.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. Alright, you peer around seeing a long hallway, one end dead-ending down south, another heading north to somewhere else you are unsure of. Nvidi, you find yourself alone in the halls. Silence surrounding you. What do you do?
Continue to breathe deeply.
Okay.
Do you need another stealth check for another turn, or is it just stay?
Yes, please.
So glad I asked. It's 11 this time. And I want to look around the corner. Do this one first.
Sure. You see a long, long hallway heading north.
I want to look around this corner next.
Mm-hmm. You peer down there, see a curl at the end.
I want to look around this corner next.
Couple
Guess it-
pathways that way.
Just deep breath, squint my eyes. I'm gonna go right.
Okay. You begin your trek up a long, long hallway.
And then another deep breath. And I want to look around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay. You keep pushing forward.
That's 60. Can I hold my breath and listen again with my eyes closed?
Sure. Making a perception check.
$17.
You hear muffled voices coming from up ahead. You aren't able to discern the words or whom it may be coming from, but you hear what sounds like intelligible speech whispering from ahead.
Okay. Just kind of want to stand here and continue breathing quietly, but focusing on breathing with my eyes like squinted where you can barely see.
Okay. Glacé, Sun Kong push past you. You still hear those strange voices. What's your passive perception, Glacé?
Oh, it is 13.
Okay.
Okay. I will continue to stealthily tiptoe through these mirrored halls. I'm going to follow Song Kong.
Mm-hmm. As you begin to move, you hear a tapping sound on one of the mirrored surfaces coming from behind you.
I do that thing where I look, but I stop. I go to look, but I stop myself. And I slowly turn to Sun Kong.
Oh, like a horror movie is what you're saying.
Yeah. 30. I can roll for stealth if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Well, that's a 26.
Oh, you feel very stealthy.
I'm going to brush past Sun Kong. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I want to remain silent. And as I brush past Sun Kong, I warn him that they're messing with us. They clearly know we're here to be brave monkey and take that bardic inspo.
Oh, thank you.
I whispered in his ear, "Don't look back."
Never. Keep moving forward.
And I'm done.
What you should definitely not think about doing is...
Don't even think about it. Don't do
Okay.
it. Just don't.
Aesop!
So we can move a dash and still roll stealth?
Yes.
Like, okay. Alright. In that case, Aesop is going to try to make as much distance as he can.
I mean, I guess normally it would be you like kind of going into a sprint, which would cause some sound, but the natural silence of the halls here allow you to just make a standard stealth check.
Well, here comes that one.
Don't pop a blast.
It's coming. It had. Well, hey, look.
Plus
Two
one.
ones.
Good
It's
job.
2 ones. Wow. That's a unnatural 20. And Aesop is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right. This strategy, I'm realizing, sucks now.
Multiple
35.
avenues ahead of you.
40.
You can
45.
You can peek without moving a square. Keep that
That's-
in mind.
I will keep that in mind. All right. Don't see anybody yet. 45, 50, 55, 60. Oh, haha! The strategy pays off. I think to myself loudly. I still haven't seen any of my idiot comrades, so I'm sure they're close by though. Quiet.
Wait. Is that your strategy, not to see us?
Shut up! You can't speak in my mind, Chemo. You don't have telepathy.
Were we all in Aesop's mind? Hi.
No! Get out! Get out of my head, Charles! Get out!
You're going crazy. You're imagining these conversations.
Rinkaz.
Knowing that Aesop can mimic people, I just kept thinking that it was secretly him messaging you. Anytime someone says something I'm in range, I just want to say it back to them and fuck with them.
You have linked up with Chemo.
Nice.
He said not to go back the way that he had gone, so I'm going to try and go where he's at and then up.
Don't worry.
Okay.
5, 10,
I'll catch up to you after you move.
15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to take a perception check.
Okay.
Wow.
Plus 26.
I'm going to have you make a d6 to subtract from that. Your bad boy card.
How dare you?
What's your speed sum?
You still have a bardic inspo from last week, Rinkaz.
Oh.
You had a bardic inspo at the end of last week. You had not used.
Oh, yeah.
Bardic Inspo only lasts for like a minute or 10 minutes.
Oh, sorry, never mind.
Alright, so 24 total.
Pretty strong. Other than the sounds of Chemo nearby, You feel like you heard maybe very, very subtly the shifting sounds of slowed footsteps, but you're not sure where it's coming from. It seems far away.
I look back to Chemo and kind of tap my ear, and I make like a hand gesture, kind of like footsteps, and I make the like far away hand motion and shrug, and then continue on. I'm going to use my action as a dash to take a few steps.
What was your speed? 30?
Yeah, my base speed's 30.
Okay, so I can move up to there. Oh. Okay. Kimo shrugs. He doesn't know which way.
Alright. I want to peek around the corner that's ahead of me and down.
Mm-hmm.
Kibo thinks that's where he started,
Ah, okay.
but can't say for certain.
15. 20. I want to peek around this corner as well.
Mm-hmm. Carl's heading north.
I don't like that. 25. And like I gesture to, if I see Chemo, I'm gonna just wait for him there, and then when he comes up with me, I'm just gonna take a movement to right there.
You still we can peek around, just for.
You can peek around without incurring a movement space.
I don't see. When did you go down? This one?
He turned the corner this way.
Yeah. All right, I see you now. Sweet.
All right. Anything else Rinkaz?
No, I just slowly wait for him.
Okay. Sun Kong, glosse past you, moving ahead.
Alright. I will follow. Another stealth check. Sorry. Cat.
Are you my other one natty one roller?
No, not me. That's not
Yep.
stealth. That was
That's
a survival. That
Oh,
was a
jeez.
survival. That was a survival. That was not
Okay.
my roll.
You
Okay.
fail to
16
survive.
stealth.
You instantly die.
Yeah, seriously.
Come on.
You feel pretty stealthy.
Okay. Alright, so 10. Oh, you know what? I'm also gonna make another perception check.
Sure.
Chemo was your
Just
other bad boy, by the way.
9. Not great, but it is what it is. So
You
5,
hear
10.
the shifting footsteps of something around you, but cannot tell exactly where it's coming from in the twisting halls around.
Don't look back.
Look back. We have pie. Turn around.
I'm gonna peek around the corner.
Okay.
Oh.
As you peek around the corner, you lock eyes with a gaunt figure, only steps away from you.
That's fine.
Sun Kong, you watch as this creature's eyes glow. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Dead. Dead.
You have a bardic inspiration, my friend.
Oh Christ! I'm using it. I don't even know what my. Yeah, I'm just gonna use it. Or actually,
wait
I can
for
use it after the
her.
roll, right?
Yes, you can.
Oh yeah, I'm using it.
Please use it.
Pleased. Okay. Well, it's a 12.
12 total?
Yes.
Okay, hang on just a second.
I should have used my inspiration.
You lock eyes with this terrible looking figure. And just seeing its gaunt, disgusting form turns your stomach. There's an aura around it that pains your mind. And as you peer at it, you take 12 points of psychic damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
Are you immune to being frightened?
No, but I have resistance. No, what is that from? No, I probably don't have resistance to psychic right now. I think that's from a gem.
You're thinking
Never
of calmness.
mind.
You're thinking of calm emotions, bro.
Oh,
Stillness of mind, sorry.
The creature, also having locked eyes with you, begins to look
What?
like it's going to shift your way.
yeah, I have a resistance to psychic, but I think it's from a gem that I have, so I don't think that counts right now.
That's correct.
Alright, so 12. Alright, it is what it is. Show me my. There we go. So. Oh. There's a guy. Right there.
Glossy, you watch as Sun Kong turn the corner. His eyes lit up, his body seemed to be almost racked with an invisible pain as he turns back around the corner. Sun Kong, are you doing anything else?
Oh, I don't want to fight anything, so I mean.
What is it? What's there?
It's a thing. It looks like it's humanoid. I think it's the thing you shouldn't look at because I looked at it and it kind of hurt to look at.
Okay, don't panic. Don't panic.
Okay. So, did you say I'm frightened, Jason?
You are not frightened.
Okay. I don't think we should go that way. Was there any other way other
No,
than the way I came from?
it was a dead end.
Sun Kong, you hear up ahead, almost from the position of that thing you saw up ahead, Glosse's voice. Are you sure it's you?
We're not going back. We're not going back.
We can't go that way. No, you said it's coming from like where I saw the thing?
Yes.
We can't go that way. It's the thing talking like you.
Yeah.
It sounds like you.
Yeah.
Anything else, Sun Kong?
Oh. I'm going to hold the rest of my movement and move with Glace.
Okay. Hang on just a second. After you go, shifting around the corner, Glace, you see the gaunt form of a terrible looking creature.
Hey, does
It's-
this creature look familiar?
Yes, you have seen this thing before. Give me a history check.
Yeah, boy. That is a 17.
This is a Bodak. You encountered them deep within your ship's twisting halls. They have a special ability that if you match their gaze, it does terrible psychic things to your mind, potentially even just dropping you right there. Also, on top of that, being too close to them seems to have some type of unnatural effect on your bodies. As it turns the corner and you study it, you match its glowing eyes. I need you to please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, a con.
Oh boy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and use my
Inspo?
con on this.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, well, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness, 18.
Papa bless.
Okay. You are certainly thrown off by the incredibly unnatural gaunt form of this creature, but you've seen them before. You also feel a stealing nature within your body, and nothing happens to you in terms of any sort of residual psychic damage in your mind. But it does step up to where Sun Kong is, and you watch Sun Kong as it attempts to try to just straight, just like balled fist, like crush into your rib cage with one of its arms. For a 19 versus AC.
Oof.
Sun Kong.
You
Is he
did,
there?
bro.
Sorry, yeah, that hits. I'm at an 18 right now.
You take 1 bludgeoning damage and 6 points of necrotic damage as the mark from hitting your chest sears your white, pale fur.
Now I know we don't have clothing or items or anything like that, but do I still have my tattoo?
No, not in these
Okay.
bodies.
Okay, thought I'd ask. Fight or run, Class A.
We're not going back. Kick his ass. Quietly.
Quietly.
Nice.
You get into an offensive stance, Sun Kong, and as you do, Chemo, you're up next.
Chemo. 2, 3, 4.
You moving stealthily?
Yeah. 5,
Okay.
6. You may roll first.
Yes, please.
40. Still roll. Woo!
Nice.
You feel pretty damn stealthy.
I gotta go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, God damn it. 6.
What's your passive perception?
12.
Okay. You hear the silent steps coming from somewhere up north.
Chemo looks back at
Something.
Rinkaz and holds up 3 fingers and then Chemo nods 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. I will also use my Step of the Wind. Which is
Okay.
my last key points to get an additional 45 movement speed
Holy shit.
to. Hey!
You peer around the corner. Aesop, across the hall, you see Chemo shifting through the hallways.
I wave and I don't say anything.
Kibo shifts 2 spaces that way. Did I see?
You must have been following the same strategy I was. Very smart, Chemo.
I gave up when my strategy failed and just started random directions, if I'm honest.
Oh, I guess that works too.
So Chemo will end his move here, but kind of like stick an arm out so that Rinkaz.
Can see where you are, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Is Rinkaz behind you?
Yeah. Found him. I hope everybody else too.
I'm sure
Nobody's
they're
just
doing fine.
stuck alone or in combat with just 2 of them.
Don't be ridiculous. If you found me, I'm sure the others are off having a cold brewski or whatever the hell equivalent of that is by now.
Here's hoping.
Anything else, Chemo?
Start.
For the record, that was a 37 because I have Pass Without Trace for that next chat.
Oh,
Holy
shit.
Shit.
And Aesop and probably Rinkaz is close enough for my bonus to that. Also, it doesn't specify that I have to see somebody
Understood.
to give them that bonus.
Sick.
So I think I actually am going to turn that radius on.
Please do.
It kind of breaks this. But
Yes, please.
Hey, magic is magic. Magic breaks the laws of reality. It's fine.
Well, I just didn't want to give like a huge like radius where people can see. And,
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. But all of my companions gain a bonus if they're in that radius.
Fair enough. Okay.
Which is all we can get.
In VD, you find yourself alone wandering a hall.
Reminds me of college. And breathe deep. Another stealth check.
Sure.
I said another stealth check.
Okay.
Thanks, game. Oh, okay, cool. Rolled it twice. Anyway, 9.
All right.
I'm gonna focus on breathing, keep my eyes squinted, and Scooby-Doo walk. Peek around the corner.
Mm-hmm. More pass, winding hallways.
I'm gonna peek around this corner.
Sure. As you peek around this corner, NVIDIA, you don't see anyone around, but somewhere, almost somewhere close, it sounds like Glosse's voice. How do I know it's really you?
Oh man.
I really don't like that. I'm gonna go the Do I know where that came from? I want to go the opposite way of where I think that came from.
Make a perception check.
That is a natural 20, score 24.
It sounds like it is coming from up north. However, with that check, let me give you a good boy card. Go ahead and grab one of those. Also, you almost get the sensation that, for whatever reason, the voice is almost exactly like Glosse's, but just a little off.
It's probably nothing.
It didn't sound as smart.
Definitely not.
So
Evan. Shh.
It's your wrestling bet.
I am holding my breath because I am completely frightened, but not conditionally frightened.
Wow.
Okay. Fair enough. Anything else? NVD?
I want to double move again.
Sure.
Peek around the corner. And peek around this corner. And squint my eyes and continue just focusing on breathing.
Are you trying to cover your eyes?
Like, yeah, like kind of, how do I describe it? Like, you know when you're, say you go out into a place that's really, really bright and you've been in the dark, and like you're really trying to like squint your eyes, but like keep them shut, but just barely see so you don't run into stuff.
Okay.
I really don't want to look at anything because we were told not to look at anything.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know how to. Am I making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You feel like if you needed to engage in combat with you squinting your eyes like this, it would be very difficult.
I agree.
But you feel like it may give you some advantage in not looking at whatever is here that you need to not look at.
That's figuratively speaking, right? There's not anything I don't need to look at around me.
Oh, you're fine. Keep going.
Oh, I can't go anymore. I'm out of movement, so I pass my turn.
All right, fair enough. Let us see. Gloss A. There is some type of disgusting Bodak creature trying to punch Sun Kong in the face.
Yeah, can I do a history check? When we fought these or encountered them in the past, did we actually encounter them, or did we, because I don't remember if we successfully...
You encountered them.
Right, but did we, like,
You
face
never
to face?
engaged them.
Right, okay. Frick. I want to try. Can I do a nature check on this thing to see if it seems like maybe a hypnotic pattern would affect it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's a total of 16.
Your hypnotic pattern, that's a charmed effect.
Yes.
In their undead, unworldly state, it seems like their desire to find others and turn them into themselves overwrites any charming effects that may happen to them.
Okay.
You don't seem like they can be charmed.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna cast. I wanna know. I mean, it seems like they're wise. I guess. All my spells, are all saves. So, does it seem like I can get through to them at all?
What was your nature check?
It was a
Total?
16.
You don't sense that they're particularly wise.
Okay. Okay. So I can get the sense that they're not immune to my effects of the mind, I guess.
Correct. It
Okay.
seems as though they're just almost driven by an eternal, slaking desire to find others and turn them into the same forms as themselves.
I want to cast Hold Monster.
Alright?
Hold monster doesn't work on undead.
Oh, it
It
doesn't?
says it in the, that tripped me up too. It says it in the spell in like one tiny line of the huge paragraph under hold monster. I'm pretty sure it says it doesn't work on undead.
Double
No
check
effect
that.
on undead. Nah, it does. It
That's
says.
so weird. What a weird...
Yeah, it's fucking bizarre.
Glosse thinks she
you
has
don't have
no
to-
spells. That
Yeah,
can...
you don't have to cast that. You would know that.
Alright. Bummer. I guess I'm gonna do... Sorry, I wasn't prepared to not have anything that be able to work. I guess I'll do Vicious Mockery on it.
Okay.
It's a DC 17's wisdom save.
Completely fails.
Great. It takes 2 psychic damage and has disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay.
That can matter when we need to
Yeah,
keep
absolutely.
alive. Yeah.
I'll cast.
What do you say with your vicious mockery?
I whisper it. I say. Don't think you're gonna stop us, you big ugly gray bitch. And I'll give another bardic inspo to Sun Kong, and I'm done.
You and Sun Kong both see it almost jeer back for a second with that sharp jab.
I'm not a bitch, fuck you.
Anything else, Glosse?
No.
Okay. Aesop, you just met up with Chemo.
Alright, Chemo, I'm gonna go a little bit ahead and see if I can find the rest of them.
Yeah, where did you start at?
I've been keeping one hand on a wall and following it this whole time. I came from the north.
Oh, that's what we did.
Oh, there we are. Well, let's head over to the east, and I'm sure we'll find our friends in no time. What Aesop is gonna do is he's gonna keep his hand on the wall, the left wall, and he's gonna look down at his feet, and he's gonna walk forward stealthily.
Okay.
Oh, stealth check first.
Sure.
All right. Excuse me.
Nice.
That's 18.
You feel pretty stealthy.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Oh! That's something. There's something, Aesop thinks loudly.
What?
You see what looks to be the desiccated corpse of Bilwick The Dragonborn.
Aesop freezes and continues looking at his feet.
His body is crumpled, and there seems to be a pool of blood underneath him, though you can't tell without inspecting closer what killed him.
Yeah, I do not look closer to him.
Okay.
I end my turn here and wait for Rinkaz and Chemo to catch up.
All right. You do that thing. Rinkaz. Chemo keeping a hand out around the corner to let you know where to follow the rest of the group.
Here he goes. Without
He went to... Okay.
You see Aesop up ahead. Aesop, as you turn, you can hear the sounds and peer up just enough to see Rinkaz next to you.
The Dragonborn. The Dragonborn is dead. He's just around the corner. Don't look. Could be one of those Bodak things.
I nod and thumb backwards, like, should we go backward?
I want to say no. I don't think it sounds like going backwards is the right decision. I think we should
go east.
Yeah, continue going east.
Okay, I think I have only like 2 spaces of movement left. I'm just gonna move back.
Okay.
That's west.
Oh, going east. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll turn the corner.
Love it.
I'm going to take a look at the Dragonborn.
Give me some type of check.
Sad realization, check.
Well, my investigation's shite. Survival.
Make a medicine
Sure.
check. Oh, survival makes more sense for you.
You can tell by the way he stumbled, Rinkaz, without needing to really inspect his body up close. You can also tell by the way his neck is turned, you can almost see the slight indication where it looks like his throat was slit.
Slit? That doesn't sound like the Bodak thing.
I quietly, as quiet as possible, relay that to him and nod in agreement, like, what the
Something else is going on here.
Anything else, Rinkaz?
That's all my movements and my actions. I tell Aesop, don't go too far without.
Oh, I won't.
Sun Kong, there is a Bodak in front of you trying to pound into your chest. What do you do?
Alright. See how this goes. Switch to actual dice since roll 20 is running slow. So I'm gonna try to punch him.
Alright. You don't have your staff, but you know that you have your fists.
Yeah. I am a weapon. Ooh, 16 plus 9, 25.
That's gonna hit.
Awesome. So, d6, huh? Okay, plus 5. Ah, of course, I rolled a 1, plus 5 is a 6.
You land a solid strike into the creature.
I will do my second attack. Oh gosh, 19?
That's gonna hit.
Sweet. How about another? Ooh, rolled a 6. Plus, what is it? 5. So 11. Sorry. So that's a total of 17.
17 total damage?
Yes.
That's a lot of damage.
yeah, with just my fist.
You smack into it hard against the neck. Its body almost smashes up against the mirror-like surface behind it.
I'm going to do a bonus action to use my second wind.
Mm-hmm. You steel yourself, feeling you able to get the...
Yeah, 1d10 plus 2. I rolled a 9, so 11 health.
Yeah, buddy.
Puts me almost back to my max.
That's a scary
Sad.
thought.
Yes. It's very sad. I think I have no key points, so yeah. Awesome.
You are in a soul shell form. You have all of your key points.
Oh, do I? Well, in that case, I will expend one to do my flurry of blows to get another attack.
Sure.
Oh, I rolled a 3, so I'm sure I missed.
What's the total?
It would be
12?
Yes, 12, yes.
It's gonna miss.
Yeah, I figured.
You strike where you think the creature is and hit a glass fracture.
That's also a bonus action, isn't it? Yes. Okay, I'm done.
Alright. Striking into the creature, you're attempting to drop it before it can strike you back.
Glad I know I have a key.
The creature turns to you and attempts to smash another fist into you for 17 versus AC.
It has disadvantage from Vicious Mockery.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out. It tries to smash into you for 16 versus AC.
Oh, dang.
Miss.
He's
Still
a
miss.
monk.
Oh, miss.
Yeah.
It's a miss.
I'm a monk.
He's a
So
monk.
even without my ring of protection, it only gave me a +1. I'm at
You
18
kick
AC.
off the wall and do like a somersault in the air as its fist smashes into the glass next to you.
Nice.
All right.
Does that mean I still have my action surge? I have that back.
Oh, whatever your natural abilities would be, you
Sweet.
still have them. Chemo, you're up. Your friends headed into the hallway.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'll bonus move to 1, 2. Excuse me, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You see up ahead, it looks to dead end here.
Son of a bitch.
You also see the corpse of Bilwick.
Cubo shrugs and starts heading back the other way. 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Wait, was it totally a dead end? Like there was no exit at all from that room?
That's correct.
Oh. Aesop does an about face and keeps his hand now also on the left-hand wall, which is now this wall instead.
So I have a question. Did you say that we got all of our key points back?
Yeah.
Yes. In these new forms, besides having half of your maximum HP, it's like a new body. All of your stuff is back.
Okay. Because I thought I had cheated so bad. I was looking at stuff. I was like, I have all of my stuff.
No. Everything is back in these new forms.
Sweet. Okay. Well then, yeah, I step on the wind and 6, 7, 8, 9. End up back where I started. Which
Chemo just vaunts down the hallway, kicking
which
off
means
walls.
I did that right.
Anything else, Chemo?
That will be all for me.
NVD, it is your turn, my friend. Knowledge checks are free.
Knowledge checks are free. I'm gonna focus on my breathing still. Stealth check. Aha, 12.
You feel pretty stealthy? Still squinting your eyes?
And focus on my breathing so I don't panic.
Mm-hmm.
Look around the corner.
You peer around the corner and see the bottom half of some type of silvery creature that seems to be faced your way, but with you squinting, you can't tell if it sees you or not.
Well, I'm peering. I want to go back the way I came.
No.
Quietly as possible.
Sure. As you move ahead, you nearly bump into the form of Bilwick heading down the hall. Bilwick looks to you and holds a finger up to his mouth. He waits to see what you do. He points down the hallway that you came from and nods his head as if to motion that you need to go that way.
Okay. I can see that while squinting.
Yeah, you're able to see him well enough to see him pointing a finger that way.
I'm gonna pantomime without saying anything.
He slaps his thick arm and does a little flex and just throws his head up as if to say, we have to go that way.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do then, what Nvidia's gonna do, is pat my arm, thumbs down, take a step back, and motion him through.
He points up the way that you're beginning to head towards and just runs a finger across his throat.
Insight check.
Sure.
He wants to be
Wait.
free.
What would I be inside? I've never met the dragon before. I don't think I can insight check.
You can insight check a dragonborn.
Know what I'm checking for. 23.
He seems to be being honest, like this path that you were heading down is the way that you perhaps need to head, but you almost get the sense that you're not sure if he's being completely honest about what's up above. Perhaps he just hasn't been that way, or thinks that there may be something up there.
Say,
He nods.
you get all that?
You see him just shrug his shoulders and point, and then run his finger. He points to the way you're pointing and just runs a finger across his neck again.
Okay, so I'm gonna point toward the floor next to my feet, and I'm gonna move. Okay, that's 30. I want to look around the corners.
Sure.
I want to double move.
Long winding corners around.
Okay.
You see a dead end up ahead.
All right, I'll move this way.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look around the corner.
All right.
Just says it so meekly.
Look, I'm freaking out in and out of character. Okay? I'm trying to work through it, guys. All right, and I'm going to focus on my breathing, keep my eyes squinted, and listen
Mm-hmm.
See if I hear anybody walking, preferably Billwick. .21 perception.
With that perception, you hear what sounds like some type of combat, thrown punches hitting walls, and these soft sounds of other creatures coming from up ahead.
From ahead of me.
From ahead of you, following down this path.
Okay, I'm just going to continue to focus on my breathing and pass my turn.
Okay. As you do, Billwick turns the corner and steps up behind you, following you. Glace, you are up. Sun Kong is engaging with this Bodak in front of you.
I'm going to continue to tell the Bodak that you ain't nothing. We're gonna get past you, we're gonna bulldoze you, and we're gonna find our friends, and we're gonna get out of here. That's a vicious mockery at him.
Mm-hmm.
DC 17 wisdom save.
He does not like you saying vicious things mockingly at him. He fails.
He takes 6 psychic damage and has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Very good,
and
very good.
Still has that bardic inspiration. I want to just make sure that nothing else that sounds like me is around us, and then I guess that'd be it for me. So I just want to do a quick perception check for my voice.
Sure.
18.
You do not hear any sounds of your voice, but coming from behind you, you hear what sounds like a muted scuffle of footsteps.
I face that direction and put up my dukes, and
Okay.
I'm done.
All right. Aesop, your
Oh boy.
allies found a dead end after noticing Billwick here.
Well, that sucks. Aesop's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And I'm back where I started, and I'm gonna go south. Chemo, did you come from the south? I say.
Yeah. He thinks that, I think as you step around, you should be able to see another dead end. Looks like a dead end about 20 feet ahead. There's actually a turn to the right, and we should be able to take that to get that keystone.
Oh, perfect. That follows my strategy perfectly. Aesop says with his left hand still on the wall.
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah. I should have just said keep your left hand on the wall.
And I intend to do so. Done. Done, done, done.
Rinkaz, you're up.
For sake of brevity, can you move me just next to Aesop?
Nice.
I can move you behind Chemo,
Oh,
or if
yeah.
you have enough, I can move you in front of Aesop if you have enough movement.
Yeah, I think that would be the extent of my movement. So yeah, and I would just end my
You
turn.
move 60 with a dash.
Yes.
You would actually stop a space behind Chemo, 2 spaces behind Chemo rather.
Okay,
But
that's fine.
they're right ahead of you. Okay. It is Sun Kong. You're up, buddy.
Alright, I'm gonna hit this guy. I don't like him very much. He's not nice. So... I rolled an 8, so it's not horrible. I mean, what is my attack again? Plus 9, so 17 to hit.
That is going to hit.
Awesome. With that, I'm going to use a stunning strike, and I'm going to use my card to give up the DC save by 2. So it needs to make a DC con save. Right? No, wisdom save. 17.
Fails.
Sweet. So it is stunned to the end of my next turn.
You
And
see it
then
catch in place with a pointed strike from your palm.
Let me just mark down that key point. Excellent. And now my damage is a D. That's an 8. Where's my 10? Sorry. There we go. 7 plus 5. 12 first damage.
Okay.
So I get do I get advantage now because it's stunned?
He is stunned.
Alright, so a 4 plus 9, 13 probably misses, but ooh, 19.
That's gonna hit.
Yeah. And that's another 7, so another 12 damage, so 24.
It nearly collapses with that blow.
If you say nearly, in that case, I'll use another key point to use my bonus action for Flurry of Blows.
Mm-hmm.
7 plus 9 or an 18 plus 9, that hits.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 3 plus, what was it? 5, 8, so 32 damage total.
With a final fist into the center of its form, it smashes up against the glass wall and just collapses against the floor.
I go to Glace.
I like, yay, behind us.
That's not fun. Alright, so I can still move then, I guess. I'm
Mhm.
going to make a stealth roll,
Sure.
because I am not going to forget that. I know Jason wants me to.
Oh,
I rolled
yeah.
Oh, I won't
I rolled
forget
the-
that, buddy.
Why did I roll digitally? It's going to take forever. Dang it. Oh, and of course. Oh, why did I not stick to my physical dice? That's a natural 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Doing
Gotta just stay one or the other, man. You can't jump back and forth.
That's,
Hurt.
yeah, I know. I'm just so used to, dang it.
Bad spirits, man.
You turn around and go to move and nearly trip on the fallen corpse of the Bodak, smacking into the wall with an echoous smash.
Something's behind us.
I'm going to just step back to the space that I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
know that that just happened, and be like, you know what? I'm gonna wait, and just end my turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait.
Chemo, you're up.
Oh, goodness.
1, 2.
You've at least met 2 of your allies.
Yeah. Kilo points more diagonally than you were expecting, Aesop. Diagonally
No,
southeast.
that's perfect. We're good.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chemo uses an action to cast minor image or minor illusion to leave a spectral arrow right there pointing further down the hallway.
Okay.
9,
Cool.
10. Then I'll use a bonus action to step in. Yeah. Double speed again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then stealthily retreat that. I'm just gonna hook my. I ended right here, but I'm just gonna put myself there so I can draw that arrow.
Okay. Alright, you tread some more ground, trying to find any sense of your other companions or a way out of here. NVD, you're up.
Okay, so
You heard a loud smack against what sounds like one of the walled surfaces coming from up ahead.
okay, so I'm gonna wave, point down next to my feet, like Yeah, but I'm not saying anything. And
You
we're gonna-
you hear in a hushed breath,
Yes, I see your feet. Keep moving.
That slightly makes me feel better. I'm gonna roll stealth.
Look at this.
you continue moving what you assume to be stealthily.
So I'm losing it. Slowly losing it. Want to look around the corners.
Sure. You peer around the corner and lock eyes with Glace and Sun Kong.
It's Petey.
Oh. Want to kind of like I would. I'm not using prestidigitation, but do my hand wave sparkles without the sparkles.
Sure. What else?
Trying to think of how to explain it. Just kind of tap my head and point towards them.
Yeah. We're us. Are you?
That's something you always want to hear when reuniting.
Hello, friend.
And
Hello,
Vidi,
human friend.
after she says that, coming from behind you, you hear, "How do I know it's really you?" in Glace's voice.
That's not me.
We are here.
Want to wave towards them. And I want to hold an Eldritch Blast.
Sure.
And how do I just like point behind me, point my eyes, wave my hands like don't, like no.
All right. He's try to warn the others. Anything else in VD?
I want to hold that action, and I want to watch our side over there.
Shifting from around the corner, Glace, Sun Kong, you guys see Bilwick.
Oh.
Bilwick
yeah.
points ahead and gives you a dragonborn thumbs up. He points at himself and almost motions as if he will take the lead.
Oops. Yeah, Glace is gonna gesture for him to, go ahead, be my guest.
He heads up past you, Sun Kong, heading to the left. And heads off that way into the distance.
This is a huge stretch, but I'm going to ask, because I feel it makes sense. Did the Dragonborn react to the corpse on the floor?
You can make an insight check.
Good question.
18. He's a big, strong adventurer, right?
From what you can tell, he seemed to just shuffle right past the corpse.
He's a big, strong adventurer.
Okay, Glace, you're up.
Okay, yes, Glace is gonna cast Mantle of Inspiration on these two boys in front of me.
Is there a radius on that?
Yes, it is within 60 feet that can hear me.
That
so
can
I'm
hear you.
Right, so I'm whispering quietly into these sweet boys' ears.
Are you assuming Bilwick as an ally?
Yeah, he's taking
Jason.
the lead.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah, Bilwick is my ally. I mean, sure, he's taking the
Okay.
lead.
He can move with you guys in, that's all I'm saying.
So you guys can move up to your speed. You don't occur opportunity attacks. But I'm gonna go ahead and move first.
He moves ahead, waving you around the corner.
I trust
guys-
him completely.
You guys can move along with her.
So yeah, you guys get up to your speed. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my action to
He heads down that corner, Glosse. You guys, I'm assuming, catch up with her. So
Yeah.
move your full speed following her.
Yeah, that's 30 for me right there.
Was this the way she went?
Yeah, around the corner there.
Yep.
Bilwick motions up a hand to you, Glosse,
Uh-huh.
and you see him softly, trying to be somewhat quiet, but he raps on the mirrored wall. As he does, Rinkaz and Aesop, you hear the sound of a knocking on the wall coming from up north.
What are you doing?
Don't.
What are you doing?
He looks at you and in a very quiet, hushed voice says,
Your friends are on the other side. We need to get over there. Because I saw them before we got separated.
Okay, I'm at. I tell Sun Kong, you get this guy. I'm gonna look around the corner. You get him. If something happens to me, I'm gonna scream so fucking loud. If something happens. So I'm gonna do 15, 20, 25, 30. There's no one over here. It's just another hall. You big dumb dragonborn. There's no one here.
Oh god, just keep following me.
That's all I can do, so I'm done.
Were you whispering that to Sun Kong?
I did let Sun Kong know that to mark this guy if I scream. Because I'm
Okay.
stepping in front of him.
Alright. Anything else, Glosse?
No, I'm just like angry at the Dragonborn at this.
Okay. Aesop, you're up.
So we heard a knock.
You heard a knock coming from around this area, if you can see me pinging.
Does it sound like the other side of that little bend in the hallway we just came from?
It's difficult to tell. You appeared from that area, right? This top portion. Okay, you know that as you exited that squarish room, that there was space to move to the right of you.
Okay, so yeah, that's kind of what I was asking.
Yeah, sorry. Then yes.
Okay, all right. Can I knock back, like on this wall?
Sure. There was a rap that seemed intentional, like a 3 knock.
In that case, I will also 3 knock on this wall.
All of the others, Sun Kong, NVD, did you move your full movement?
30, yes.
Okay. You all hear that. Bilwick looks at you, Glosse, with eyes that just seem to say, I told you so.
You better be fucking right. You better be right.
Chemo, come back north. I think I found the rest of them.
There's no fucking way he hears you.
Oh, is he that far away?
Yeah,
that
he's
far
way
away.
far away.
Well, in
This
that
is
case,
all pretty much lateral movement, man.
I don't think I can get to you then, right?
No, probably not. That's why I used an action to leave the minor illusion, because I left a lot of it in the dust. It's okay.
Rinkaz, I think Chemo's dead.
I mean, it's happened before, but we should still try and find.
All right, I have a great idea. Let's split up. Okay. Listen to me, Rinkaz. Focus on it. You need to find Chemo, and then come back to this fork. Right? We're all going to meet here at this fork. This is our point of reference.
But
Okay.
aren't mirrors made out of glass? And I look to the mirror and start clenching.
Can I am I corporeal enough to scrape the glass?
Yeah, you in your soul shell, you have physicality.
All right, I don't want to shatter the glass, but I want to crack it to where the mirror is like you're driving on a road and a pebble hits your windshield, with my big strong arm. I want to just kind of
I'll
crack
need
it.
a strength athletics check for that then.
Oh,
Actually,
Jason.
make a strength athletics check.
Oh, Jason, that's to spend my inspiration on this because
I was
Alright.
just gonna say I could assist.
I don't have my strongbow. Oh yeah, can Rinkaz assist me? Actually,
Sure. Explain how you assist, Rinkaz.
I was gonna say we could just do it together. Like,
yeah, we're trying to disfigure one mirror enough to where we could know it if we recognized it.
Sure.
All right.
So both of you make a roll then.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. That sounds better. Yeah, that's a... Because I'm not wearing my armor, so I'm not quite as strong as I used to be.
Correct.
there you go. Let me use my inspo.
Okay.
That's
There we go.
so much better. Oh, good use of inspo. Good shit. All right. Cool.
You guys are able to not like you don't like make a loud impact into the wall. You kind of just do sort of like a pressure thing where you just grip the talons and claws into the wall and push deeply. There is a lot of strength against this mirrored wall, but finally, it's not incredibly apparent, but there is a solid crack that appears across its surface, say 2 or 3 feet in width.
So, go get chemo, and I will find who is doing that tapping and bring them back here to this cracked glass. And you come back with chemo to this cracked glass, and we'll all meet up together.
I'm a dead shell, not a moron.
Listen, I just want to make sure I'm being clear as I possibly can. The stakes have never been higher.
I kind of like chuckle to myself and go to grab from my flask and look down and just grimace and start to walk away on my turn.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20,
You crack the glass there that you can visibly see.
40, 45, 50, 55.
You find yourself
60.
back where you initially came from, stepping through the mirror.
I'm going to, if it's a free action, I'll knock 3 more times on this mirror next to me. But
Okay.
it's not a free action.
No, that's fine. Glossy, you hear knocking coming from ahead.
It's getting closer. They haven't said anything. How do we do with them? You better get in front of me right now.
I was just gonna say that scraping on the glass, I'm sure. Didn't sound too
I'm like yelling. I'm whisper yelling at this dragonborn.
Anything else, Aesop?
No, done.
Okay. Rinkaz, you're up.
I'm gonna follow the path in which I think chemo had gone.
Okay.
That's my movement, and then I'm going to move up to there.
All right. You see up ahead a longer hallway with more turns.
I want to get to here, and then take a peek around the corner.
Sure. You are able to peek around the corner.
All right. To here and peek down the hallway that's up and to the right.
Sure. You see Aesop heading down that hallway.
I look to him and then I...
Wait, why are you up here with me? I thought you were going to go get chemo.
You turn around, Aesop, and see Rinkaz turning around the corner.
Rinkaz, this is why I was being as clear as possible! You fucking idiot! I say out loud as I possibly can.
All of you following along with Glossy and Bill can hear this as it echoes across the hallways.
Aesop! Aesop is us! Aesop, we're right here!
I guess we found Aesop.
Well, guess what, gang? We're going on a chemo hunt! Because this dumb lizard can't follow simple directions!
I start laughing at him.
As you laugh, Rinkaz, Aesop, you too hear Rinkaz's laughter echo around the chamber.
No.
Oh, God.
I pull out a claw and scrape it across my tooth and say, well, if we're fucked, I'm taking something down with me.
Wait, what?
Anything else, Rinkaz?
I look at him and say, Chemo, where are you? And then
Sun Kong, you're up.
All right.
You just heard Aesop.
At least you have the one tool you need to solve this problem.
I mean,
The one person that can move faster than Chemo.
I can. I'm still gonna roll stealth even after that. And I still. Oh, no. Well, I guess that worked out. Okay. 5, 10.
As you pass by that area, Sun Kong, you hear, similar to where Glace whispered to you before, in the same spot, the sound of, if anything happens to me, you take this guy out.
Oh my god.
And Bilwick just raises an eyebrow to both you and Glace.
Listen, I have to protect myself. You're a big piece of dragonborn, and I have a monkey that can beat the shit out of anyone, so girl's gotta protect herself.
I'm
No
just
judgment.
Keep moving.
You press forward, Sun Kong. You see Aesop and Rinkaz.
Oh, God, you're sneaky. Fuck.
Sorry. What? Why are you yelling? What is going on?
I left very clear instructions for Rinkaz. We went over them multiple times.
Where do I need to go? Tell me.
Okay. All right. I can take you to where we last saw Chemo, and then we need to stay put. That's the most important thing when you get separated. One party needs to stay put, so the other party can find the rest of them.
I can try to move ahead and see if I can find it.
Sure.
If you point me in the right direction.
Yes. So you're gonna want to go south around the corner where the dumb lizard is,
I laugh again.
and then slightly to the south, and then really far east. That's the last I saw Chemo.
South and first turn east. Go east.
Second east.
Second
All right.
east. Okay.
All right. South. Go south, and then you take the second east.
Okay.
Yes.
I think. Okay.
Not the first.
I'm less confident in these directions. You'll see cracked glass, okay? He's gonna be
Okay.
behind you.
And turn there.
And turn. Go walk. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. I have it for you. Go south. Find the cracked glass. Put your back against the glass.
And then
And
go.
then walk forward.
Okay.
And then go east.
Okay.
These are. I am less confident in these directions. I won't be mad if you get lost like I did.
70.
I pat Sun Kong and just laughed. Very succinct.
So that's my 70. I will double move, and I'm keeping an eye out for broken glass, Jason. So let me know when I see it.
Sure.
Jesus.
20.
As you reach down there, you look to your left and see a panel where a large crack in a glass is. Yep.
Okay. 20. I see what. Yeah. Okay. Cool. 20.
I cannot see where he is, but I hope
35.
he's going in the right direction.
I hope he doesn't just because I hope he doesn't.
Okay. So back against.
Okay, Aesop says, back against the glass.
Back against the glass,
walk
and then
go
forward.
east.
Oh God.
Back against the glass, walk forward, go east.
Sun Kong, surrounding you, you begin to hear whispers in Aesop's voice. Go east. Walk
No,
forward.
fuck.
Go east. Walk forward. Walk forward. Go east.
Christ.
This has been my favorite 5 minutes of D&D.
35. Oh God. Where do I go?
Go
East.
east.
I'm going
Walk
east.
forward. Go east. Go east. Walk forward.
Well, we were quiet until we reached
45.
Aesop.
50.
I heard that.
55. Oh, I don't see him, and that's a dead end. So I guess I'll go this way.
Oh no.
Walk
No.
forward.
I just
Walk
don't
forward.
know.
You went the wrong way.
You see an illusion of an arrow
I was
stuck
gonna
in
say,
the ground.
there's no way.
Oh, whew. All right, cool. You found the
Ooh.
arrow.
I'm gonna follow the arrow. 65, 70. That's
You
my
hear-
double movement.
Glacé's voice coming from around you. How do I know it's really you?
Oh, shut up!
Meanwhile, Chemo, what are you doing, buddy?
Kibo is still scouting. He doesn't know that shit's gone tits up.
No, he does not.
He notices that there's a lot more path that way and starts the other way. Oh. Hey, Sung Kong.
You see Sung Kong down the hall.
Come on!
Yeah.
Come this
Kimo.
way, we found everyone! We're all
Kimo.
together!
You okay?
I'm
we were
gesturing
looking for
to
you.
come this way. Come this way. Come this
3,
way.
4, 5, 8, 9.
We're all together. I can get us back there. I'm pretty sure.
We're going back the way we came.
Trust me.
Chemo, you hear
Okay.
Aesop's voice. Walk forward. Go east.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
If you see
9.
cracked glass, go towards it.
Oh, hey, look, there's that cracked glass that he was talking about.
And
He
then
says in a
go
medium voice.
then go left at the cracked glass, and then go right the next time you can.
Chemo dumbly nods.
Anything else, Chemo?
Chemo. Chemo's gonna check his stockpile of stuff and call that good enough.
Okay, Nvidi. Your friends headed past you, curling around the corner up ahead.
Did I hear any kind of commotion or anything as they left? Because I lost sight of them around the
You
corner.
heard Aesop yelling and talking coming from up ahead. He seemed irritated at something.
Okay. Forget the stealth check.
You see Bilwick and Glacé.
Found my friends.
Even though Aesop is being a loud, noisy bird, that doesn't mean we have to give up the quiet act.
Okay. I'm gonna hold right here and hold Eldritch Blast if something attacks me.
You hear nearby the sound of Glacé's voice whisper, "If he does anything, take him down."
Oh no!
I hear that from nearby.
Like, whispered into your ear.
I squint my eyes. Pass my turn.
Okay. Bilwick pushes past you, Glacé, motioning for you to follow. Turning the corner, Aesop and Rinkaz, you guys see Bilwick.
What?
He continues marching, nodding at both of you, pushing past and waving a hand as if to motion you his way.
I would like to take a perception check, or no, perception check at his hands, his claws. I want to see how sharp they.
Sure.
Like if he could have slit that creature's throat.
Trust no one, not even yourself.
26.
Wow.
Hi.
He could have potentially done it, although with his claws, it wouldn't have been particularly a clean cut. But you didn't get a chance to really inspect the cut in the neck of the body of Bilwick, as he was sort of laying face down, collapsed on the floor. He pushes past you and turns towards you, Rinkaz, and whispers,
I know the way out. We need to move.
How do you know the way out?
Because I've seen it with my own eyes. But there's something blocking the way, and I need your help to move past it.
I Gotcha. Insight?
Sure.
Don't trust this son of a bitch. 19?
This Bilwick seems like he's being honest.
Yeah, there is something blocking it, but yeah, he needs our help to freaking sacrifice us on an altar or feed us to the 5-headed dog. I nod to him and smile, and as soon as he starts to walk away further, I look to Aesop and I kind of give him kind of a uneasy look, like,
Yeah, Aesop is. If Aesop could be any paler than he already is, he would be.
That is Bilwick's full turn. Glossy, you're up.
I don't like how far away little baby is from me. I'm gonna go ahead and use my bardic inspo, my mantle of inspo, to give it to. Well, no, it's okay. Everyone's right across the corner. I'll wave at Nvidi. 5, 10, 15.
Glossy.
Don't even. I can't believe you did the
No,
20.
shut up,
25.
shut up.
What?
Tell me something only the real Glossy would know.
You're.
You hear whispering all around you, Aesop. How do I know it's really you?
Glossy.
Listen, don't listen to the voices. I know who you are.
No, shh, listen to me.
What?
That Dragonborn is not the Dragonborn we came here with.
What are you talking about?
We found the I'm gonna whisper this, obviously.
Sure.
We found the Dragonborn's corpse. Its throat had been slit. I don't know what's following you, but it is not that Bequeaths character.
What? He reunited us.
I think he may have ulterior motives.
Okay, so how about this? Nvidi is behind us. Once we get together, let's just see where it leads. We don't know anything about this place, and he seems to have some kind of idea.
Well, we do outnumber it, I suppose. May as well follow it for the time being.
Let me just talk to him, pretend like, everything's fine. I'll try to get info out of him. And with that, I do 5 and 15, 20, 25, 30, and I want to ask Bilwick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wave at Rinkaz, and I'm happy to see him.
You see Rinkaz.
And then I look at Bilwick and I frown. All right, how do you know where we're going?
He looks at you and said,
I've seen the exit.
Okay, but how have you seen it? We've all been wandering this maze.
With my own 2 eyes.
Yes.
We're all separated stepping through the mirror.
Uh-huh.
This place is playing games on all of our minds. Finds one of those things where I tried to be leading you out of here. The longer we bicker, the more they'll catch up with us.
Those are smart words. I want to insight check him though.
Sure.
Ooh boy. That's an 11.
You're unsure. It sounds like what he would say from what little you know about him.
You're right. Those aren't... Okay, alright. Well, lead us away. Remember, there's more of us than there are of you, so don't try.
I need you to help get us out of here in the first place. Now follow
That's
me.
right. Don't forget it.
Anything else, Glossy?
No.
Alright, Aesop.
I'm gonna move as far back down to the cracked glass as I can. 5, 10,
Mm-hmm.
15, and I cautiously step around Bilwick.
Sure. He shifts out of the way.
He's fine.
Anyway,
As you throw your arms up against the glass?
Yeah.
As you throw your arms up against the glass and like try to shimmy past him, you hear the sound of your voice nearby say, "I don't think that's the real Billwick." And he just eyes you suspiciously.
I eye him suspiciously right fucking back. And anyway, I just hang out by the broken glass over here.
Okay.
That's all.
Rinkaz, you're up.
I looked at Billwick and saying Draconic, don't worry. I heard what you said. They're all a little on edge. But what was the name of that tabaxi in the cage with us when we first got him?
That's fucking good.
Ooh.
He turns to you and says,
I didn't learn any of their names.
I'm trying to... You don't remember anything about him? I'm trying to remember.
he eyes you with a raised eyebrow and says,
Do you remember the Tabaxi's name?
No. That's why I was asking you.
Of course I don't.
Don't worry about it. And I look over to Glace, and
Glacé's like,
I'm going to hold my actions to follow Glace and stay close to her. By moving one space through Billwick, I'll be, at least one behind.
okay,
As far as I can move with her.
sure. Sun Kong, you're up.
All right, let's move back towards the group. All right, 15, 20, 30.
You see Chemo up in the distance. You also now see Aesop as you peer the corner.
I found him.
Aesop says, "Hello, my friends, Sun Kong and Chemo, whom I've known for a very long time."
That's my boy.
Hello, Aesop. It is nice to see you again.
See you again?
I found Chemo.
Great. We're all together now. Also, that Billwick guy is with us, and he's totally like a monster.
What do you mean?
And I don't care who knows it! The glass.
Aesop, for the love of...
Alright, so I guess we'll move back together.
Yes. We have to find our way out still.
I will double move. Glace!
As you turn the corner, Sun Kong, you see Glace and Rinkaz and Billwick behind. You notice Billwick is throwing a hand up in the air as if to turn around and go back that way.
Jason, can we like consolidate as a group now and kind of do
Yes.
like a standing order?
I'll allow you guys to do that.
He won't have his turn first.
Oh, they were right there. Look at that.
Wait.
So we'll say you guys spend a turn consolidating.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Do I get a sense that Aesop's trying to get us to start a fight with this Billwick? Because Chemo is already in the mood that if a Billwick's walking around, that's not good news for us.
Yeah, no, I mean, we both saw the corpse.
Yeah.
Out. We need a way out.
So, yeah, Chemo would... Like, are we starting this fight now, or...?
Oh, no, he would kind of like give you like a let's wait on it kind of hand signal, because Glace seems to be stringing him along, and Rinkaz just asked a really smart question, and Aesop refuses to acknowledge.
Fair enough. What? Do we in character know what a Bodak is, or that there's a Bodak down here?
I killed one.
Yeah, we probably. Well, if you were around
You
us.
assume that they're around.
And do we know what type of creature that is?
They're undead.
Glosse would whisper that to you.
Did I hit Later Warrior? Track the nearest undead. Oop, that wasn't the right one. Primeval Awareness. And seek an undead that is within 1 mile.
Closest one?
Yeah.
You know the general direction?
Yeah.
Please be Bilwick. Please be Bilwick. That'd be so cool if it was Bilwick.
As you activate this ability, your senses give you a pinging sensation coming from down this hallway where I am pinging.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so Chemo's eyes turn like this ashen gray, and his head snaps away from me. So there's something there. He just stands and readies for a fight.
Oh, all right. As long as we're together, we can take anything. Promise.
Friendship.
Bilwick looks around and whispers.
May I take the lead?
Yes, show us the way out, Billy. Gosh.
Good.
He pushes
put it
past
back
you.
to us.
Moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 where the cracked glass is. 30, 5, double moving. Seems to shift slowly. 10, 15, 20, 25. He gives you a wave, Chemo, as he turns the corner.
Okay. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go last because I've got Pass Without Trace, so everybody stays in front of me. They should be.
Yeah, we'll stay in turn order. Rinkaz, you can go up first. You feel extra stealthy being surrounded in the quiet nature of Chemo's abilities.
Do you have that aura on?
Yeah.
I can't see it.
It's gray.
Oh.
So it's really hard to see. Turn into purple.
Alright,
I don't see it. It's weird.
Oh, you do have to show my auras on the DM side.
How about that?
it's easier to see. Can you move me
Okay.
to the front of the party behind where Bilwick was at?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bilwick went down this way.
Alright, I'm going to use the rest of my action to move up a little.
Okay, 5, 10, 15. You see Bilwick as he sees you and then motions you to come around the corner.
I look back to the party and act like I'm playing relay and just kind of like wave him along.
Anything else, Rinkaz?
Perception listening.
Sure.
See if I hear anything that isn't 15.
You hear a shuffling coming from somewhere up north, not too far away.
Roger. That's it then.
Okay. If you guys want, you can all move up to where Bilwick is with a stealth check.
Yeah.
Plus 10, motherfuckers.
Plus 10.
Nice.
Oh, that's a 36.
It's a natural one.
It still comes out to be a 20.
Oh my
What the
god.
Hey, Sun Kong, you have Bardic Inspo.
I mean, it's still a natural 1.
It's a skill check.
Yeah,
It's a
but
It's a
you
group
still-
skill check. What's everyone else's scores? Let's see.
32.
Oh,
What the
37.
little fuck?
We got plus 10, man.
So we either rolled a 10 or a 400. There's no in between.
Yeah.
Can I... Hold on. Who's having an issue?
I rolled a natural 1. I mean, and then I rolled a 1.
Can I
Okay.
use my good boy card?
To do, what does it say?
A plus 12 on a plus 1d12 after a skill roll?
That would be for you normally. However, with everyone else's very high checks, you're able to catch those who rolled the natty 1 and keep them safe.
Carry
Rinkaz
Sun
and
Kong like a
Kong.
baby.
And you guys can all move up here under the protection of the stealthiness of Chemo's abilities.
It's for a trap, Rinkaz.
I mean, it's still plus like 19.
No. From the dragon.
All right.
With that, Bilwick, hang on just a second. Let me reload into the DM side of this so I can move you guys up. Decided to just die on me.
Yeah, it's just said that too.
You guys gonna come up?
We're all moving as a group now. Come on down.
In VT?
Where's here?
Hang on, I'll move you. I just had to reload. Hang on.
Yeah, it said like connection interrupted or something. I didn't see where everybody went.
Oh.
There you guys are.
Thank you.
Bilwick pushes forward around the corners. You see Rinkaz Bilwick tip around the corner and go south.
Interesting.
And if all of you want, you can follow to catch up with him.
I'm good
Aesop's
with that.
Going
I mean-
preparing for a fight.
Might as well.
Yes, yeah. We do.
I want to look like for runes and stuff for the mirrors that we're supposed to be looking for along the way, just in case, like.
You were told it was a large vanity that
Mhm.
was ingrained in wood,
Mhm.
and embellished and engraved on the wood was different postures and forms of the dark prince.
Well,
I'll just move
yeah.
you guys there.
I'll
Speaking.
still look for it just in case.
Sure, make a perception check.
Oh,
That's a
we
natural
keep
20 I just wasted.
Oh,
You-
wait.
That's not a waste.
Get
Are
a
you?
good boy card.
Yeah, I do get one of those, so that's cool.
There you go. And you do not see anything like that.
Yeah. Thanks.
The same mirrored halls as before, unfortunately.
Well, we're sure at least that it's not around here.
Chemo, Sun Kong, you notice at this point, Bilwick points forward.
Do we
And-
see what he's pointing at? Or?
Without turning the corner, you cannot. But he seems to point very cautiously and holds a finger up to his mouth.
Can I use this card now?
What does it do?
Would it be possible? It's called a fortuitous circumstance. This may
nice.
manifest in many ways, including but not limited to double loot reward, finding a door, chest unlocked, coming across a broken trap, bumping into someone you were looking for, or any manner of lucky happenstance that helps you during your adventure.
Yes, you can.
I would love to.
Oh, thank goodness. See, look, that 20 wasn't wasted.
Yeah.
Not at all.
You hear Chemo and Sun Kong in the distance, coming from the way that Bilwick seems to be pointing, a tapping sound that sounds like tapping against, like a fingernail against glass, although the rapping is voluminous enough to hear it. You now hear large footsteps. In a hushed tone, Bilwick turns to you all and says,
Creatures distracted. This is our chance. We have to move.
"Is everyone going to move with Bilwick?"
I didn't catch the first part of what he said there.
Creatures distracted.
Yeah.
Creatures distracted.
I mean,
Let's move. You know this way out.
might as well, I guess.
Yeah.
I need everyone to give me a group stealth check as you press on.
Plus 10.
They use
I'm
my.
going to, I'm gonna actually roll this with my physical dice.
I'm gonna use my inspiration just in case.
Choosing inspiration.
Too late in the game to roll a crit fail.
I'm going to use point of luck.
Remember, you guys have plus 10s to each of your checks.
That's
I've been
only
rolling low, but that plus 10.
35.
Even my ass.
27, 37 total with the plus 10.
23 with plus 10. Yeah,
33, I
yeah.
got a natural 20.
Aesop, what was yours?
That
26?
was a 35.
Okay. And Chemo, yours total?
29.
Okay. Glossy, what was yours?
22.
Okay, you can each move stealthily. Keep moving one space ahead. You watch as Bilwick seems to plant his back against the wall, and Chemo, as you turn the corner, you see a very large-looking undead creature that seems to be facing the glass wall ahead of you. In the center of this large glass chamber, you see what looks to be a massive vanity engraved in wood. The creature's senses seem to be pulled to whatever was tapping against the glass mirror, and you guys can push ahead towards the mirror.
Wow.
All right. Yeah. Without.
Feel like somebody moved out. It's not reacting, the thing?
Its attention seems to be drawn by a rapping against the glass over to the corner of the room.
Holy shit, Gloss MVP. Let's go for it. Let's go.
Bilwick waves, motioning a hand, pointing at the vanity, and steps through the mirror.
Yeah, fucking gonzo. Oh, Jason, I hate it. I hate it.
What a fortuitous change of events.
Oh my goodness.
It'd be a shame if there were 4 bad boy cards.
That would be a shame.
They expire at the end of the session.
Hang on just a second. I'm about to change maps here.
Oh, you guys walked through the oak frame mirror. You were looking for the mahogany frame. Sorry about that.
You see,
That track.
Look, Bilwick seems okay. Look, he helped us. He's a good guy. He's an upstanding citizen.
Stop.
What'd you do in your
Okay,
former
my
life?
book, Bilwick.
Don't. It's just gonna make it harder when you have to kill it. It's like naming a.
Hey, you want to join us on our ship? We have a electric room. Why not? He's helping us through hell. He's a
Chibo is
gentleman.
now suspicious of Glacé.
Bilwick, once we get to the top side, you want to help us and join us? Yeah, what'd you do in your former life? I made couches out of orphans. Oh, thank you, Bilwick.
Okay, well, if he makes couches out of orphans, we won't invite him. But if he doesn't, you are formally invited to join the Wyld Tycoons.
What did you do in your former life? I was a demon in a maze of mirrors.
You all step through the vanity and find yourselves in a new room. I'll move the map in just a second. The room is spacious, covered in marble, checkered floors. Statuary of various demon-like presentation is found throughout. Sitting in the corners of the room seem to be all types of female forms. You notice at your sides as you enter, split up at 2 separate ends through the separate mirrors at the bottom, what look to be the same serpentine-like women you saw before, lavishly laying on what looked to be some type of pleathery couch of some type. Up ahead, you see 2 other women adjacent to a figure. 2 figures sitting in the center. They have the top form of a female, but the bottom form of what looks to be some type of like feline animal, like a cat or something. They wrap their tails around. Sitting in the center of the room on a beautiful chair, the entire room covered in glass mirrors, next to a stand that seems to be all type of combs and what look like beautifying products, is 2 figures. One seems to be an androgynous-looking figure similar to the Rhaegar you were looking for, who is sitting on the arm of the very large chair that you see ahead of you. Sitting in the chair itself, extremely tall, you would guess probably 9 feet tall if he were to stand, you see the form of a humanoid figure, lithe, muscular. His skin shines like polished obsidian.
Oh, he looks like a prince.
His eyes
He
glitter
is.
with a malevolent purple light.
A beautiful demon prince.
He has yellow fangs, pointed ears, and you notice on each hand that lays off of the armrest 6 slender fingers.
Oh, that's him.
What a nerd.
Sitting at one of his sides seems to be a warped, curvy-looking, vicious-looking greatsword. You notice as you all step in that the feline and feminine creatures that are at the corners of the room all shift up, surprised by your entrance. They seem to ready up their weapons. Throwing up a hand, however, is the figure sitting in the chair, who just watches over each of you as you step into the room. Looking at each of you, the figure studies all of you before saying,
Now, ladies. Thank you for those final touches, Zix. But it appears as though we have guests. Tell me, who are you interlopers who find themselves stumbling into one of Grot's personal beauty rooms?
Wait, this is so.
and that
Yeah.
is where we will end this session.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so he was kidnapped. Zix was kidnapped? I thought Zix was working with Grotz.
Unless we got lied to.
Oh my god, we are just being so played.
Where's where's Milk
Where's
Toast? Is he here?
Billwick?
You do not see Bilwick anywhere.
Billwick!
God, fucking played like crazy.
She call him milk toast.
Well, I mean, technically that was where we were supposed to go.
Listen, if we find him, we should still invite him. He seems like a pretty good guy. He led us to the right place.
He's a demon.
Okay, well, I mean, we don't have to judge people like that. Jesus.
We do have a psychic vampire on our ship. I suppose you're right.
Wait, we do. Oh yeah, Zedbane, right? No.
No.
Lizzie.
Oh,
Lizzie.
Lizzie.
The worst.
Feelings vampire.
And we are friends with the.
How is she worse?
She's the
All this
worst.
and more on the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out when we return next week for more answers. Thank you again, Vinji66 and Ahamluck, for giving us a follow. It's very nice of you. Thank you, Arbot A10, Commander Root. I know you're a bot, but thanks anyway. Community Coach Showcase, I'll take it. Lurks, TNT Boy, VNK for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you missed any of this episode or came in late, you can watch the VOD on our Twitch, or I upload them on Mondays on our YouTube. You can check them out there. Give us a follow. It's just a button click, and you get more points of loyalty points as you watch and can earn cool stuff like the characters you see at the bottom of the screen, or inspiration or +1 to rolls for the team. It's a fun way to interact with the stream and give the players a little bonus. They may need it in the upcoming sessions. We'll see how that plays out. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. Hey, go follow us on Twitch. We may be doing some type of giveaway soon. Who knows? Let's see. But I really appreciate you guys stopping by. And yeah, that's it. We'll be back next week to see what happens as the party finds themselves in a beauty room of Grotz, the Dark Prince. Goodbye, everybody!